everybody. Guys.
How's it going?
Hey, welcome. We're here recording in the daytime. It's weird and bright. Welcome to Dice Tales, everyone. We are testing out our new pre-recording format, but we'll still be here to chat with you guys in the chat. So check us out. Give us your commentaries. Welcome to Dice Tales. This is our live D&D show. We are here for session 45 today. Old Wounds.
Oh my.
Oh, 45.
I know.
Dang.
It's a lot.
Getting close to the big 5-0.
Wow.
As always, we want to send out some shout outs to our friends of the show. So, Brad, do you want to talk about sponsors and friends a second?
Our show has friends.
You mean it?
Beyond just us. So first and foremost, friend of the show that makes all of the sounds you will hear today that are not made by us are our friends at Sirenscape. Check them out at sirenscape.com. If you're looking to add a little ambiance to your adventure at home, they do a really good job with that. Secondly, our friends at Character Case. For those of you that play at other people's houses, this is the best way to not lose your stuff. It keeps your character sheets, dice, minis, pencils, any other small little things that you want to take with you. Makes it super easy to never forget anything again. And then our final friend is Gaming Paper. They do paper rolls in both square format, as well as the weird isometric paper that allows you to draw 3D stuff in a 2D medium and just breaks my brain. They also recently had a fully funded Kickstarter for transparent dry erase tiles that you could just lay down on top of anything to make virtually any surface. I can't talk. I've only been awake for
any
like
surface.
an hour.
Go on.
Any surface becomes a map for your game. So yeah, check them out at gamingpaper.com.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sorry, it didn't rhyme this week.
It's
Okay, Brad.
We forget.
Can't
We demand quality.
Also, thank you to our artist friends, Bar Williams, TJ Corbett, and Isaac Grimaldi, bringing us cool art of our characters. So you guys know what we're imagining in our brains. If you guys haven't, check out and listen to the podcast or watch our old episodes on the YouTubes. You can find all of our social media, etc., at Dice Tales Live. So check that out. And again, if you have not yet watched or listened to Shot in the Dark, our Callisto one-shot backstory episode, it might be relevant to some of the things that could happen today. Just saying. So
Required reading.
Spoilers.
if you like this, go check out the prequel. All right. I think that's it. Buy t-shirts. T-shirts always available on spring.com.
We got lots of cool stuff like
stickers,
a bag.
You can get a
T-shirts
mug,
and tank tops and mugs and stickers and phone cases.
phone case. Yeah, there we go.
Pretty cool.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, too, wanted to mention I will be absent from our next chapter. Gonna be having a baby here soon, so
You're starting your own chapter.
Yeah.
How dare you be so selfish?
A new party member.
Rolling up a new character.
Yep. So don't worry.
A new player approaches.
Don't worry. They didn't fire old Seamus from the group, so I'll
No,
just see you
we
next
could
time.
never.
We didn't tell him yet, but
It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
What a weird way to fire somebody.
You're not invited.
Kate, we really need your help.
Okay, yeah.
Kate's taking over.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team. Okay. Anyway, I think
Ask
that's
Seamus
it.
Grey
Am I
Balls, actually.
forgetting anything?
No, let's do some nerd stuff.
Nerd stuff.
Yes.
Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
That should be the next t-shirt. Dice Tales. Let's do some nerd stuff.
Pathfinder.
Yes, indeed. What are you talking about? Whatever.
Games, tabletop.
Yes.
There's game, there's math rocks. That's all I care about.
That's what
Turbo
matters.
Duck.
The math rocks are what matters.
The Children of Destiny were teleported from the halls of justice in Waterdeep to somewhere near the city of Erebar, where they hoped to pick up the trail of the magical sword, Extinction. They found themselves in a temple of Lyra, where Leith and Beyonce were briefly sidetracked by a solid dose of sparkling joy. Upon arrival in Erebar, they visited a black market artifact dealer who confirmed that Lucian Greycastle, Callista's father and feared leader of the Steel Brotherhood, was indeed the sword's last known owner. Now, in the midst of clashing values and conflicting priorities, the Children of Destiny must agree on a plan to relieve Lucian of the sword and escape with their lives. And that's where we pick up the adventure tonight on Dice Tales.
Hey,
You miss us?
we're
Are we
back.
back? We're
We
back.
missed you.
All right.
Go.
Okay, everybody. So let's draw ourselves back into where we left off and start session 45. Old wounds. Okay, so where we left off, you were all planning how you intend to approach the Steel Brotherhood's guild hall, where you hope to confront Callista's father, Lucian, under the knowledge from Phileas that it is most likely that the sword either is or was in his possession, as you guys are looking for this sword that can destroy the seed called Extinction. So, what is the plan that has been decided?
I will kind of gather everyone around we're still in the treehouse, I think.
Yes,
I'll gather
still in the
everyone around the
treehouse.
table. All right. There has been a lot of discussion about the best way to go forward. I think at this point we just need to make a decision and go with it, or we will argue forever. I am asking that you please trust me. I know this city. I know my father. I would like to propose a plan, and I hope you will all go with it. I think we should go, and this morning yet, and quickly, inconspicuously as possible, case out the hideout. In small
We'll probably
groups.
not wear this.
That is wise. Thank you, Beyonce.
I just got the damn thing.
It's really good looking,
Can
Beyonce.
put it back
Oh,
on
thank
later.
you.
We will see what we can find out. What we want to do when we infiltrate is go in at a time when there will be the least people around and my father will be in his office. I will draw you a map, Leith. If you can bring us directly into his office, we'll lock the door. Hopefully he will be alone. And I have some things I need to say to him.
What if he's not alone?
If he is not alone, we will have to quickly neutralize the other people in the room. It is very unlikely there would be more than one other person in the room, if anyone. He's a very private person. And then I will try to bargain with him to get him to give us the information about the sword.
How long has it been since you've seen your father?
13 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Indeed.
That's
Merrick will speak up, and he says, how do you expect him to take your showing up?
I hope with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Liz.
What was that
Will
last
not
part?
be happy to see me.
So where is this, where is your hideout, like within town? We're casing the joint first thing today, yeah?
I think
And then
so. That would be wise.
reconvening when? At nightfall?
Well, it depends whether it would be wiser to go in at night or in the morning.
Okay. Well, how about, well, we should maybe reconvene at noon then? I mean, we have to see the gods' patterns and their comings and goings. We probably need to watch it for a day.
I
Right.
agree. I think
So
morning
Merrick-
is going to be the best time. So I think if we case today and go in tomorrow,
think that's a good plan.
Merrick looked like he was going to say something.
I think that's a good plan.
Oh, I thought you. Sorry, Merrick. I thought I saw you moving your mouth. Right. So
You're the one who knows best.
I will describe the general area location of the hideout.
Okay. Like where it is, like around it, so to speak.
Yeah, what's around it.
Okay.
And then also a kind of a general layout of what it looks like on the inside, even though we're not going in right now.
Right.
Think we should go in pairs, probably. I can go with Merrick.
So, just one thing about me being able to teleport us right into your father's office. I'm better at teleporting to places that I have seen before. That might be something we can handle during our day of recon. I have ways of getting inside places and not being seen, just to better familiarize myself and mitigate some of the potential risks of, going somewhere we don't intend to be.
Like inside a wall.
Perhaps leave
A forest, the middle of
Also-
the ocean, a volcano, something like that.
Are you comfortable with going into basically the belly of the beast?
I
By
feel
yourself?
like this is far less risky than when we were in that place in Mithranor and I had to hide inside the dead dragon. This seems easier than that.
Oh. That's true. Well, no time like the present then. And I look over at Merrick. I'm like, are we ready? Go team?
I should probably try to look a little less conspicuous, as much as I hate it.
You have two hats of disguise amongst the party. So
I'm wearing one of
Callista should
them.
probably have one, and then
I am wearing one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like,
what you remember, Callista, about the location and what the guild hall sort of looked like is it is located like in a mercantile part of town. Your father actually has a kind of like in the middle of everything. Like it's not hidden away. It's not in the worst part of town. There is a main entrance to it. The entire courtyard of the place and the building itself has a heavy wall all around it. And then inside that interior courtyard, there are sooth trees that are strange trees that intertwine with each other to create an actually impenetrable wall, even if somebody gets over. So the only way through is through the front gate, through which you would need, obviously, the key or entrance to get in, and there are several locks and traps on the front door. And then alternatively, if you didn't have access to that, then there was usually at least somebody like manning it, or you could use a like secret knock or whatever the passcode was, which is constantly changing to get in or out. And he would encourage people to go in and out through the front, just so that it looked like a cover for the building, that it was just a normal building often. There was, or there used to be at least, another way to get in as well that was located more through the sewers. And that was also heavily trapped, etc., not as easy to locate. But you would know that the building, it doesn't have any windows that they ever keep open. So the windows are always closed. And it's not easy to see in or what is happening in there whatsoever.
Your father's office doesn't happen to have like an outside wall, does it?
No.
Okay.
Can I grab one of those hats of disguise?
yeah.
Whoever has it, I'll pop it on, and he'll look like Beyonce, but way more drab. Like his hair won't be as
Boring
magnificent.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, his hair won't be as magnificent with its glorious lift.
Looks like the roots have grown out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
That's
5 o'clock shadow.
Yep, 5 o'clock shadow, maybe a little bit of a beer belly.
Awesome.
And just kind of wearing like the general style of the area.
All right, so I think if Merrick is going with Jill, Leith, I wonder if you should come with me so that we can try to get you inside.
All right. That works for me.
And then I can give you directions to his office so you can hopefully quick slip in invisibly and see it and then bamf back out to me. And then Seamus and Beyonce.
Couple the words to the wise. For my word of recall, I can take all but one person. I don't possess the power yet to be able to bring everybody.
Oh, so one of us gets left behind. Wonderful.
You can leave me behind because I can get to wherever I need to be.
Yes, you have,
because he
you
has
have other
his stuff too.
methods.
That's
So,
smart. You could just go hang out with the priestesses at the Temple of Lyra for a little
I'd
bit.
actually suggest it would be wiser, in that case, for Leith to take at least one other person so we are not leaving him all by himself.
that is also wise. Final thing, if somebody is making a run for it with the sword, I do have a spell called Aura of Inviolate Ownership, which makes it more difficult to strip away.
Wonderful.
I've been keeping that in the pocket because we seem to be stuck with important items a lot.
Well, once we get our
I have
hands
a
on
spell. I've got a spell, so if someone else is holding the sword, I can take it away. Just in case that comes in handy.
it, also helpful.
Well,
Okay,
Right.
I do have like a little hand-drawn map I can maybe show here just for Callista's sake. So I just drew it.
Whoa!
So
Damn!
this
courtyard,
is
yeah.
like take a
this
picture
is the
and put it
exterior
on real quick.
courtyard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we could do that tonight. We can add it on there too. But that's like the
Okay.
trees around the courtyard. So
Mhm.
this is where, like in the one shot, you guys were having your like arrow
Archery,
shoot
yep,
off.
yep.
And then when you go in, the main room is here. So that's like where everybody was playing darts and
yeah.
games, etc. There's a training room off from that. And then below that is access to, there's a huge dining hall and the kitchen. And then over here, this way is where the main barracks are. Callista used to have her own room.
Yeah, she did.
Most people had their own like nook in the barracks room. And then there was a washroom there and like a laundry there. There was a main library that's across from where Callista's room was. And that's where, where you got caught with Theris. And then Lucian's office was here, and he has his own washroom here. And again, the whole place is lined with those like almost iron trees all the way around. So there's not really ways to see into it.
And the vault, I would assume, I would know,
It's
is
below.
in his. Oh, it's below his office.
It's below his office. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, is there a way to get around to the back of the building so that it's
No.
just like one wall and then his office?
No.
It'd be the outer wall, the wall of trees, and then the building wall.
And
That
there's
would be too
actually another wall from another building that butts up against there. So it's not against a street.
They share a wall
what
with
is-
another building?
There's
What is-
it's a
what is that?
secondary wall. Yeah. It's
What
a
kind of
building
building
that,
is that?
it's a building that Lucian owns.
Well,
Is it like a?
It's a warehouse. So Callista, it's a warehouse next door where they keep a lot of goods and a lot of things move in and out through the warehouse.
So a lot of traffic during the day.
Yes.
Is that a possibility to just walk in there and shimmy
So-
our way in?
Depending on how hard it is to, while we're trying to do some recon, if I can get anywhere inside of the facility, I can bring everybody there much easier than a place that I haven't seen. And from there, we can dimension door into any rooms that I haven't been able to see with a bit more accuracy. And I can take everybody with us if we do it that way.
Oh.
So it might be like a two-step infiltration. We teleport and then we dimension door from like the library or your old room right straight into your father's office.
well, either way, we have to case the place first. I think we should maybe go out and do that and then have these discussions again when we meet
Yes.
up.
We should have to see where you can get in the building, Leith, what you can see.
Sure. My
All
favorite.
right, so shall we reconvene at nightfall?
All
Back
right.
here?
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Everyone try to mark as much as you can about
Does everyone know, are you going different times, different places? Like, what's
Different
the
places.
distinction between the pairs?
I say Merrick and I would probably volunteer to watch the front gate. See
Okay.
how many people come and go. See like what kinds of people come and go. If they have carts, if they like look like they're delivering shit, if they specifically don't look like they're delivering shit, stuff like that.
Okay.
I think Leith and I will probably also have to at least start at the front gate because he's
Sure.
going to have to, if he's going in invisible, he's going to have to follow someone in who's already going in.
There's like a high
Terrifying at all.
vantage. Is there a high vantage point that I could potentially fly to?
Like to see over the wall?
Yeah.
Yes, there would be
Like
some
a clock
buildings that
tower
you
or
could do
something?
that. Yes.
I'll join you on that one because I can damn well jump up there.
God, he's so strong.
That's it is very impressive. So now the question is, how
We're
do
all
I get?
impressed.
We're all very impressed.
It's just you don't seem impressed, so I'm,
Oh, I'm quite impressed. You are very spry.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, how will I do that without being seen? Stealthy people, help me.
How do you do what you do?
Stealth. It is hard to be stealthy when you have big glowing wings.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
disguised anyways.
Mostly practice. Any of you magic people got any magic stuff?
Can someone make me invisible? Can you make me invisible, Leaf?
No, I can't do that.
Drat.
I could suggest that you don't get caught and magically compel you to be more stealthy.
What if
than
you
really
climbed
are.
instead, Beyonce? What if you climbed instead?
Well, see, I've tried climbing before,
Ooh.
and it's it hasn't had the. Well, I guess that can be a first attempt, and maybe fly up if I have to.
I thought I could help, but this spell is only for me. I cannot cast it on you.
Well,
That map you showed us that had trees in the courtyard. Are there similar trees outside of the
There's a couple.
Brotherhood?
But not the
hideout?
same kind, probably. Those are
They're
special
just
trees that form a
normal-
wall.
Normal trees outside, special trees inside.
well,
So
what
not
if
the same
Seamus?
species of
Not
tree.
the same kind of tree, no.
What if Seamus gets up to the top of the clock tower since he can do it quietly, and Beyonce, you watch his back, make sure nobody sees him, make sure nobody gets too close to the tower.
I like that.
You stay down
As-
below.
That's probably for the best. I'm not
Yeah.
so good at being inconspicuous.
And if it
And in
comes to
broad
blows,
daylight.
if it comes to blows, we'll just mess him up. And help then.
Yes,
Try
then
not
I'll
to get-
fly.
Try not to get any fights, boys. We have to stay stealthy. The more we draw attention to ourselves, the harder this is going to be.
Agreed.
Oh, come
I'll try to be a
on.
good boy.
We can take him.
If you want to, if anyone has knowledge nature and they want to make a check on the trees, you can do that too.
I specifically need to
I
know
do.
because I can tree stride from outside
But it has to be through the
inside.
same kind of
But it
tree.
has to be the same type of tree.
Merrick got a nat 20 and he has a plus 12 knowledge nature. So if no one else got it, Merrick knows.
Oh, I only got a 13, so we'll let Merrick take that one.
He is a ranger. This is his one job.
So am I.
Oh yeah.
You're an urban ranger.
You're an urban ranger.
That's true.
Lord.
Oh, that's right. I'm an urban ranger. So actually, that was
He's a
17.
nature ranger.
He's
Guys are-
Ranger Classic.
Different kind of rangers. All right. So he would tell you they're trees from the south of Faerun, so they usually grow further south than this. They are recognizable. You'll see they have gray bark, olive green leaves. The leaves are long and soft, almost fluffy, but they're spiked at the end. The growths are peculiar. They grow almost horizontally and they extend out and then they turn and angle and double back. If you put a few of them together, then you hook the gaps together and it makes for an impenetrable wall or a screen. The wood itself is particularly hard and durable. It's carvable, but it takes very fine tools. and it would take some time. It's often used in the creation of shields that are known for never shattering. They might crack under a devastating blow, but they won't break. And they don't catch fire unless they've been soaked in water first. So that's everything he knows about these trees.
Or-
I lean to Beyonce and I say I could just
These
talk
make up
about
the
trees all
wall
day.
around the. These trees make up the wall around the
The
hideout.
trees are
There's a stone wall and a
inside-
tree wall.
There's a stone wall, and then the trees are inside of the stone wall.
Would I know if there are any shade trees in addition to that inside the courtyard?
No.
There are not, or I
Or
wouldn't know.
there weren't at the
Okay.
time. Again, things could have changed potentially, but from what you know, no.
I feel like when we're camping, Merrick should be like following us around and educating us on the statistics of forest
Yes.
fires as
Legit,
we're
dude.
putting our fires out.
Sounds about right.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Well, I think it's I think we should go, and then we should decide more when we reconvene.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right, go team.
Let me roll to see which team we're going to start with. Callisto, we're going to start with your team. So
All right.
you are with Leaf?
Leaf.
Okay. All right. Are you guys prepping anything before you head out? How do you look? Things like that.
I'm wearing a hat of disguise, so I still look like a sister to Jill, kind of.
Okay.
So like a half elf, but I would change my clothing to be more of an Erebar style,
Okay.
like townsperson.
Yep.
Leith is just gonna look like Leith.
Okay.
And just clarifying, we are at the very beginning of our shift, at least. You are with me and Merrick. We are together, or no?
You're together at the beginning.
At the beginning, right? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you guys will be coming with them, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but we're not going to look like we're together. Like we're not
Yes.
going to be
No.
talking to you guys.
Okay. So then we'll
we'll
play you
stagger
guys
it.
at the same time. Jill,
Sure.
what are you going to be wearing?
What I normally wear.
Okay.
It's just normal-ish clothes, anyway.
But visibly armed.
I would not bring my. Why not? Fuck.
Okay.
Why not? We're in a
Merrick's got
dangerous
a
place.
big old axe. He might not carry it because it does look very obvious. He might just ask if he could have a dagger or something to keep on him.
Yeah,
so
I
he's not-
actually give him my short sword because that's like the only other big weapon I have on.
Yeah,
me.
something he has so that he's not
Yeah.
without, but not carrying a huge axe and drawing attention.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys will head there at what time?
As soon as we leave the house, morning.
What time of day
morning.
do you plan to go, I guess? Morning?
I mean, like late
Morning.
morning, like
Yeah.
maybe 10. I guess that's not. It's mid morning.
I was gonna say 10.
Okay, 10 o'clock. All right. How are you approaching? It's on a busy mercantile street.
Is there a food vendor nearby?
Let's find out. Get some percentage dice open here.
Let's ask the dice.
Well, it's Merkin District, and people sell stuff, and it's a time of day where people might be setting up to do so. So I could see it. Where's my other D10? Here we go.
Homemade fries with vinegar on them. Oh, yum.
Not any yet. There'll probably be some a little closer to noon.
Ah, drat. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just kind of walk past, casually chatting. We'll keep walking past.
Okay.
I imagine Merrick and I would kind of be doing the same thing, but we would have staggered our entrance a little bit, like maybe a minute or two behind them.
Yeah, he's gonna pretend to be window shopping
Okay.
some of the shops in this area.
He loves shopping.
Yeah, he just loves shopping so much.
Love it so much.
He does.
And
I'm kind of tongue in cheek, like ribbing him as don't you like that one? Isn't it beautiful? Like just being such a
I
bitch.
never wanted anything more in my life.
we're looking for somewhere to conceal ourselves close to the front door where we could hide until such time as someone approaches the front door so Leaf can quick go invisible and slip in.
Okay. I am almost done drawing the street here, so one momento.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the fly map creation. Y'all.
Hurrah!
Hooray!
Draw some beautiful trees. They're going to be
Amazing.
Lovely trees.
so gorgeous. You don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Dude.
Okay. So at the front gate, here's the street. Like it's that close to the street.
Mhm.
And they have like little indentation areas here that are full of trees on both sides.
Okay.
And then like the next buildings over would be there.
So we could theoretically hide among the trees.
Yes, there are trees to hide among.
Sound good, Lee?
That works for me.
All right. As we slip into the trees, I'm going to cast Chameleon Stride on myself to make it a little easier to hide since I'll be there longer.
Okay. What does that do for you?
It gives me a +4 bonus to stealth checks, and I have concealment from creatures more than 5 feet away.
And she looks like Bark.
And I look like Bark.
Nice.
And I'll cast Tree Stride and just get inside of one of the trees and leave my head out so that I can watch. And then
Just
I can
a head
pull
poking out
back
of a
in.
tree.
Yep.
Just a little
You look
gnome
like a
head.
kid playing a tree in a play.
Yep.
Tree number 3.
But anytime danger comes, I can just duck back in. And if someone gets close, I can step out of a different tree.
Wow.
So
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
we haven't
Wow.
done anything around trees since I got this spell. So
Damn it. Well,
You did use it once in the battle with that Force Drake.
yeah, because he was trying to eat me.
yeah. That's as good a time as any. All right. So as we are kind of, Merrick and I are just sort of walking on the street, and are there any like alleys like across the way that we could just sort of chill in and be less conspicuous than just walking back and forth along the same 20-foot stretch of
Not
street?
any that are empty.
Put on a different
You
hat
look-
every time you walk past.
When you look down an alleyway, you would see that there are like some like urchin kids basically who are down the one. And then when you look down the next alleyway, you would see that there's just kind of like a shady looking character, like wearing like one of those big floppy brim hats, just kind of leaning on the wall. Like you see smoke curling out from where he must be smoking something.
Okay. Yep. So that is a no. It's Seamus.
Looks like the
alternate
shady
outfit,
alleys
Seamus.
are currently occupied.
You got to get here earlier to get those. Okay.
Yeah, got to be real early in the morning to stake out the shady alleys.
So we just keep kind of shopping and keeping an eye on the gate. Has anybody come in and out since we have?
All right, so can I have you all make perception checks from your spots? I'm going to let's have Merrick and Jill actually roll bluff checks because they're just pretending to be normal people around here. And then you two will roll stealth checks, Lee and Callista.
Oh, fudge.
Do I get a bonus because I'm like 90% tree?
In a tree. Yes, but I'll take care of that. It's all right. Merrick's not good at it either, Jill.
I doubt he's as
Great.
bad as me because I
He
crit
got an
failed.
11. Oh my God.
I crit failed.
No.
All right, Jill, I'll let you propose something. What are you proposing that your crit fail is? If I don't like it, I'll overrule it something worse.
Okay, so this is a crit fail on the bluff.
On the bluff. What
So
are you
I
doing?
imagine
Like a 20?
as I get a little overzealous and commenting on all the things I see in the window, like, wow, that is a great bag. I think that's maybe a bag that we should buy us shopping today.
You get a little too caught up in making Merrick like laugh, like and forgetting
Yeah.
about what you're doing here for us. So yes, that is exactly what happens.
Can we hear them from where we are
Yes,
hiding?
You can.
I just look horrified at Lee.
Nathan's just going to cast message to Jill and just say, stop, please.
Pull it back. Just pull it back.
Stop.
Little big.
This isn't working.
I kind of look nervously at Merrick and I'm just like, shit. I never
Maybe
thought
take a
it would
lap
be
around
me.
the block.
I never thought it would be me to botch this.
All right, what were your perception checks?
My perception check was a 10, but my stealth check was a 26.
Okay. Callista?
My perception is a 40. And my stealth, I almost crit failed it, but I didn't. For a 35. I'm very stealthy.
That's more important.
That was a flex. I heard that. I almost went out, but it was still 35.
Rolled a 2!
Okay. And what was your perception, Jill?
Fun fact, perception was also a nat 1. First 2 rolls of the game.
No!
All you can hear
Great
is yourself talk. Fantastico. Okay. So what you guys would notice.
Oh,
What did you get again, Brad, for your perception?
10.
Okay, yeah, not much. You
I
mostly
rolled a 2.
You mostly see tree.
You look so barky.
Callista, you are the one who notices something. So while you're keeping watch, nobody's going in or out of the front gate at this time. But you would glance back across the alley where those like urchins are in the alleyway. One of them kind of like comes up to the corner and is like looking around as if he's like waiting for the shops to open. But really you see him like sizing Jill and Merrick up. And then what he does is it's not like he goes to try to pickpocket them or anything, which is maybe what you would expect to see. Instead, he goes back and tells his friend, and then his friend comes up and pulls out a little mirror from his pocket. And you would see that they are watching the time on the clock tower. And when the clock tower chimes the hour, one of the windows that is closed, like in the guild house, opens just a crack. And you would see that kid take the mirror and shine a light up to the guild house.
sneaky little bastard.
I quickly whispered to Leith. Leith, let Jill know that she and Merrick are made and they need to leave now.
Hello, Jill. This is your friend Lee. You and Merrick need to go. You've been made by the urchins in the alley. And they've signaled to the guild house. So please vacate the premises so as not to interrupt the rest of the
Please
operation.
stand
Thank
clear
you.
of the door. Por favor.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap.
Merrick, we need to go. We need to those
And
those kids.
he just puts a hand on your back to make you stop talking. And just starts walking with you before you say anything else.
Yep,
He's like,
we go.
I think I'm going to buy you one of those nice frilly dresses. Something to distract you.
I give him a dirty look and then I just keep walking with him. We're out, man.
Okay,
Sorry.
you guys are out. Meanwhile, Seamus and Beyonce, who were going to the clock tower, is that correct?
Yes,
Yep.
indeed.
So, Beyonce, how are you planning to get up there?
I don't think I was going to get up there. I think I was gonna watch from
Just
the...
Seamus.
Hang back, look
Seamus
out.
is gonna go up.
You're going to
and then-
watch Seamus is going up.
Let's be
Seamus,
honest.
how
I'm
are
gonna
you
keep-
planning to scale the clock tower?
How tall is it?
Tall.
Like
Is
I
it
don't
tall
know.
enough?
What's a-
Couple stories.
What's the
Really
clock
tall?
tower height? Let's see. Clock tower height.
They're usually
Let's
like
do
3 or
the-
4 stories.
Hold on, I'll find it. 150 feet.
Ah, that's like nothing. I mean, if there's some spots that I could grab and like jump, I'll just do a big acrobatics thing. and
Okay,
get up
are
there.
you trying to do this stealthily?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
If ever
Make
there
an
was
acrobatics check and a stealth check.
a time. Okay. So I'm gonna use the key point to use high jump, and that makes my acrobatics check 57.
Jeez.
Phenomenal.
You're not going to be able to just jump straight to the top, but you can jump like to ledges and do a couple jumps and get up
Assassin's Creed your way up there.
For my stealth check, that is a 18 on stealth.
there. Okay. Let's see. I'm doing the math.
And I'll be looking around to see if anybody's noticing him.
Yeah, the DC to just jump that is 590. So no, you can't just jump straight up.
That's
Well,
a
'cause
little
The
it's-
fact that
It's like
high
A high jump is 4 feet is an acrobatic 16, and then everything after that is 4 per foot.
So
But
at
yeah,
That'd be
56, he still
That'd be tough.
jumped like 35 feet.
he still jumped insanely high, and then he just keeps jumping around and up. And your stealth check was what?
18.
18. Okay.
So
All right.
stealthy, yeah.
So you get up to the top where you can see down into the courtyard. So make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Beyonce, I assume you are on watch. What are you doing as you're just watching down there? Are you just like leaning against the clock tower across the street? Like,
Yep, it's probably like generally across the street, just kind of like
Generally across the street.
generally across the street. And like kind of just like I'll have the disguise like have a wheatgrass on my in my mouth.
wheatgrass.
Yeah, and just
Farmer Beyonce.
just kind
If
of
the crops are coming in good this year,
it's good to have land. And then Beyonce's just gonna be kind of leaning against the wall to like, just kind of like that.
Make a bluff check and a perception check.
Oh my god!
What did you get, Seamus?
21.
21. Okay.
It's a whopping 10 for the bluff check.
Nobody seems to pay much attention to you.
And a whopping 8 for the perception.
You're very caught up in your disguise more than in
Yeah.
the looking out part.
Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying the new aesthetic, I guess.
Okay. Seamus, you would see down in the courtyard area some people exit out of the guild house and start towards the exterior gate. So they appear to be, let's see, from what you can see. Hold on, I gotta find it. One of them looks like an orc, like a male orc. And one of them appears to be a dwarf, a male dwarf with a bald head. So that's about what you can see from where you're at, that they're both like talking to each other, and the dwarf is kind of limping a lot, but they're heading towards the doors there. And when they get to the doors, you would see they actually like pause at the gates, and one of them starts playing with something like on the back of the gate, and then they're like putting their eyes up to the thing. So they have like a peeking lookout sort of lens somewhere in the door. So they seem to be scoping out the area.
Who knocks at the
Are
garden gate?
Callista and I aware that? Would we be aware when they open the doors?
They haven't
From where we're
opened
hiding?
them yet.
But when they are, would we?
Well, Callista, with a 40, you would have heard the doors open inside the courtyard, actually, and heard footsteps coming. So, yes, you might even catch sight of a little, like, shift in the door.
With a 40, she can hear that dude limping.
I know, right? She's like, that guy has a limp. I think he's a dwarf from the way he carries his weight.
Probably has a bald head. It's not quite heavy enough to have all that hair. I'll have told
Precisely
Leaf,
3 crackles in his ankle.
I'll have told Leaf that they're coming and to get ready, and I'll have told him at this point the general layout of the inside.
Yeah.
And I mean, once he gets a look inside, I assume you're just gonna come back out to me, right? Like teleport back out to me or something, or dimension door back out to me.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Roughly.
Send me a message if you
Fuck
get into
off.
trouble.
Right. Seamus, you would see the two of them like close the thing. They look at each other. They're having some kind of exchange and talking to each other. They seem to be arguing a little bit. And then they start doing like rock, paper, scissors. Basically, what did we say our version is? We had a version of it. I don't remember. Anyway, rock, paper, scissors.
Parchment something shears. Parchment boulder shears.
Oh, that's a critical role, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah,
That is.
that's critical.
That's
role.
intellectual property. Can't be messing
Yep.
with
I thought we had our own, but maybe not. Anyway, they do that, and it's the orc who loses. So the dwarf starts to go back inside, and the orc goes to open up the door.
So
So now, Leith, you would see the door open.
So as Callista tells me that the door is about to open, Leith will cast Mislead,
Okay.
and I will turn invisible, but an illusory copy of Leith will appear right next to where I am. And he's just going to walk down the street past the hideout, and Leith is going to sneak along the wall so that as soon as the door is open and there's no one in his way, he can slip inside invisibly. And because Tree Stride lasts for an hour, I will just quickly duck right into the nearest of the trees inside the courtyard.
Okay. That would work.
Sneaky.
So you would see the person who comes out of the gate is an orc, but he looks young. Like you would guess he's maybe about like 18. He's got short, wavy black hair and like cyan eyes, kind of rough gray skin. He's tall because he's an orc. He's 6'6" with a really muscular build, and he's got the big tusks, a very square face. And he's got a big scar across his cheek, and he has an eye patch on one eye. he doesn't look like a friendly guy, but he comes out grumbling, shuts the door, and then he sees Leith go by, and he kind of eyes that way, and then he slowly crosses the street to look at a window across the way, but really you can see he's watching where Leith is going down the street.
And program delusion Leith will turn down the next street out of sight and then disappear as I drop concentration.
And then
on
he
that
starts
spell.
heading that way. Okay. Meanwhile, Leith is inside, so Seamus can't see you because he doesn't know that. But you see the dwarf go, and he goes back in. And Leith, you would now be in the courtyard.
Okay. So the door from the courtyard to the fortress itself, is there another like locked door, gate door there that this dwarf is going
So there's
through?
stairs that go up, and then it's the front door of the guild hall right there. That's the door that he goes through, and then it shuts behind him.
Okay. Can I, as a swift action, cast a quickened version of suggestion that just says hold the door?
That will make your presence aware, because when you cast suggestion, they don't forget that you did it. So he would know somebody was there and said those words.
Then I would not want to do
Okay,
that.
that's kind of what I thought.
I need to know, what is Leith's demeanor right now? Is he like, I'm in, or what?
Get
what
in a
is
candy
the-
shop.
I need to.
They finally let me do a thing,
That's awesome.
and now I'm outside of reach of influence.
No one can stop me.
Leith is unsupervised.
He's gone rogue. He's gone rogue.
Okay.
Amazing.
So would there be time if I used my fleeting glance for greater invisibility to just like shadow the guy up the stairs and sneak through the door with him?
No, I don't think so. Let me see.
Okay.
Fleeting glance.
It's a spell-like ability that I can do.
And what does it
For
give you? Turn invisible.
Greater
Oh,
invisibility.
yeah, no.
Okay. I just like, if I could sneak through the door with him, that would be what I tried. But
Because
if that's not
you'd
physically
have-
possible.
Well, you'd have to run, and you can't run in stealth, so you would make noise.
Okay, then yeah, I won't
Okay.
do that then.
That's kind of what I thought.
But I am in the courtyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I know where things are. So before I step out of these sooth trees, I will cast haste on myself so that I can travel further each round.
Okay.
And then I will.
That is in rounds, though, so that's going to wear off very quickly.
It is.
Okay.
This is going to be like Leith sprinting through, looking at places to get familiar, and then bamfing out as quickly as he can, all while invisible is, I think, the plan I'm going with here.
Okay.
So this is all going to happen as like a chain reaction.
All right, what's the plan, Lee?
So I cast haste, and then I will dimension door myself into the hideout.
All right, so
What time? Remind me what time of day it is. It's like
10:30.
it's about
10,
11.
10:30 in the morning. 11.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the dining hall is that shared wall that should be right off the courtyard, right? If I'm remembering the map
To the
correctly.
left of the door.
So the dining hall is in the corner area.
Okay.
And this is
And then the
main
laundry is
hallway.
the other side.
And then the laundry's here.
Okay. I'm going to dimension door into the laundry.
Into the laundry is the plan. Okay.
Yes.
So from outside, like if you're in the trees, it should be that first building, like right up the stairs almost, like
Mhm.
right there. So you're visualizing that spot. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here we
Like
go.
the way you said that. All right.
Yeah, all right. It's like a mom who already knows you did something bad and you're still lying. It's like, all right, well, just know
All
that
right.
if you had done that thing, I would be very, very disappointed.
You know, that's half of being the GM is master.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, dimension door. Here we go.
Ooh.
And poof, you find yourself lying in a pile of really dirty, rank smelling laundry.
Yummy.
Yeah, all
The room is dark, but it is soft.
Underwear day.
Underwear day.
Okay.
Nobody is in here. The door is closed. The
So
light is off.
first round of fleeting glance and my invisibility. With haste, I can move 60 feet. So
Okay.
invisibly, I would like to exit the laundry and run and walk, move up that hallway.
Okay, you take a left and move down the hallway. You would see there's 2 doors across from you in the hall, which if Callisto was right, go to the washrooms for most of the people and then the barracks for them as well. The barracks door is open, and when you glance in, that is what it appears to be.
Okay. Basically, any door I pass, if it's open, I would like to just like stick my head inside and get a good look around the room before moving forward.
So you see those 2 rooms. Are you going to continue up to where Callista's room used to be, or the library, or are you going to go into that main hall area?
Is there, okay, so I can't quite see the detail. Is there a hallway behind like the main meeting room that goes?
There's not a
between-
hallway there. Nope, the library connects that hall to this hall.
All right, I will go into the library then, and then across the library to the other hall.
Okay. So you're going to look in the library.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, bro.
So far you
Get
have
the
not
full A.
seen any people at all. So
They
there was
see you.
nobody visibly in the laundry room, the washroom, the barracks, or in the library either. And so as you go through the library, you're looking around. Are you just doing a cursory look is the plan, right? Because you're just rushing?
I'm trying to,
Okay.
in the 2 minutes that I have, 2 minutes and 6 seconds that I get to
Okay,
be
do a
invisible
general
for.
perception check.
Please be good, please be good. 10.
Okay, this is a library. And you rush through it to the other hall. Across that is supposed to be Lucian's office.
So he didn't see
is-
the alcove, the secret alcove in the library where
Must have missed that. Is there anybody in this hallway?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on the door to Lucian's office and then step backwards.
So you would know that one thing she told you is that there's like, you enter the room and then you go through, there's like a receiving room, and then his office is in the back of that, or like off to the side of that. So his office is, it's like 2 rooms kind of, because you had walked through that first big thing and then gone into his office. So it's possible you might not hear. Do you want to knock really loud?
Do you have a secretary?
Doing anything really loud is a bad idea. Oh.
Okay. How long are you gonna wait?
Not crazy long, maybe a round.
Okay.
Like 6 seconds?
Yeah, 6 seconds is not very long.
Okay. Nobody comes to the door?
Nobody comes to the door in 6 seconds.
I'm going to try and open the door.
Okay.
Oh.
The door is locked.
Okay.
All right. I will then come up the hallway towards like the main room and the dining room, kitchen type area.
Okay.
Again, just taking in my surroundings, trying to get a feel for it.
Okay. As you head down there, there's a door between this hallway and the main room. So you would have to open the door.
Okay.
It's into the main area. Do you want to do that? You can't stealthily open a door.
You cannot, I know, I'm aware, but I'm still invisible.
I think it's a ghost.
Hold on.
Eh.
I'll cast open close on it as I'm like coming down the hallway so that I'm not like right in the doorway, and it should just Jedi mind trick open.
Do a perception check.
I'm so bad at these.
Ross, Leith is unsupervised.
Ooh, that's not 24.
24.
Bad things happen.
You would see some figures when that door opens are at the tables in that room. You get a quick view of the one that you can see clearly. It looks to be a female elf. She looks pretty well-to-do, like maybe a high elf, and she has short gray mohawk, and she has cool gray eyes, and looks tall for an elf with a muscular build, and she's wearing like lots of jewels around her neck, and you'd see her kind of like look backwards when the door opens, and she looks afraid at that moment, and she stands up. And then what are you doing?
I will, if there's not like an immediate rush towards the door, I will very stealthily and invisibly make my way into that room.
Okay, so you're going right in?
I'm going to go in.
Okay, she doesn't rush towards the door, but she looks confused when nobody comes out. And then she looks like through the doorway, and then she walks towards it as you're coming, like towards the door. So she's blocking the doorway now, right as you're reaching it. What do you want to do?
You said she's tall for an elf?
Yes.
And I am
She's
a very short...
5'4".
And this is a single, normal person-sized doorway.
Yes.
Don't be patient, Leith. Let her go.
I will wait to see what she does and not try and sneak past her.
Okay, she stops and she's looking in the direction of Lucian's office, and looking confused and a little on edge. And then she says over her shoulder, "Balba, did you see that?" And she looks back, and you would see that in the room there is another woman. She looks like a halfling. She's got long, straight black hair and blue eyes, rough brown skin. She's halfling size, so she's like 3'1", very athletic looking, oval face, very beautiful. And she's drinking at the table. And she says, "See what?" What are you doing, Lee? got seconds.
I will.
Gotta decide. You're in the
Gotta
moment.
choose, man. Come on.
Otherwise, I'm gonna keep it going around you, and you're gonna be frozen like a deer in the headlights.
Back out the way you came in.
I'll back up down the hallway. Can I see anything on the table past her?
It just looks like they have some food, like breakfast food out.
Plates, dishes, anything like that?
They're both armed, so there's some weapons that they've set on the table.
So I will use Mage Hand to cause like a plate or a glass to rattle off and fall to the ground to draw their attention away from the doorway.
All right. Well, it will clatter to the ground. That is a concentration spell. Is your invisibility currently concentration based?
It is not. It's fleeting. I get just 13 or my level rounds per day, and it's greater invisibility, so I can cast without becoming visible.
Oh, so it's just the illusory double part of it. That's
the mislead spell, and that's
what
I already dropped that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're on
I dropped that when I got inside.
I gotcha. Okay, so you're good. Yep, that'll work. And then her attention goes back that way. So what are you doing when she turns around?
I will. Is she still like right in the doorway,
Yes,
or can
she's
I
still
sneak
standing in the doorway.
Move, person. If she's not going to move, then I'll start backtracking the way that I came.
Okay. All right, back to the library. The door to where Callista's room is closed. And down that hallway, again, you don't see anybody.
I'm probably coming up on the end of my invisibility.
Yep, running out of time.
Get out.
So I will back into the barracks. Is there an empty bunk in the barracks?
Yes, there's several.
And is there anybody in that room?
Nope.
All right, I will cast Mislead again because my fleeting glance invisibility has gone away. And I will make my illusory double just take a nap in one of the bunks in that room so that I get another 13 rounds of invisibility, and I will sneak back out.
Wow.
Okay, well then we're going to take our break there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like I've seen everything I can, so I'm just going to use that to get to a spot where I know no one will see me, and then I will get back to where I can rendezvous with Callista.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
So we will call our first break there.
You madman.
Scouting adventure.
I didn't even get to do like any of the fun stuff.
No.
I was really hoping everyone was at breakfast, and then I was just going to go in and detonate and like blow up and then leave.
They eat breakfast here. Even though they have a dining room, like there's different shifts of people too. So, and a lot of them just like to hang out in the main room, like Callista remembers that.
But I only saw those two people.
We only saw two people. And you know that the dwarf was in there somewhere.
Okay.
And then there was the orc who will be going back inside once he can't find any sight of any troublemakers.
And I am now familiar enough with some rooms to
yes,
you can get us close.
Adequately teleport the whole group inside.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm content.
Welcome back.
Hey.
All right, Leith. You narrowly make your escape. How are you getting out of the courtyard?
So I'll just get back to the empty laundry room whilst invisible, and then I'll just dimension door back to the outside of the place. And as soon as I get there, I will drop my concentration, so my napping double back in the barracks disappears before anyone would happen to just see a random gnome sleeping in a criminal hideout.
I was tired.
You should have hit him under the laundry.
I imagine he was like snuggled under blankets so that if someone came in, they'd be like, oh, someone's taking a nap, I won't disturb them. And they would have to like pull back the blanket to see that it was a complete stranger. But
Good.
All right.
that's
So-
just all in my mind's eye.
Is that the end of our intel gathering then?
I will
unless
also,
Seamus
because
sees
it's
anything
been
else.
under an hour, just step back into the tree to divulge what I've seen to Callista.
Okay.
So there's just a tree talking to nothing.
Oh yeah.
Like my
A tree
face
with a
will be
face.
out enough, but it's just
You can't see me either,
stealthier
though.
that way.
Wherever you are, Callista, here's what I saw. What it is, Seamus and Beyonce seeing anything else?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, while I'm up in the clock tower, I just kind of take mental notes of the guards' comings and goings and any patterns I might see or anything like that.
Okay. How long are you planning to be up there, Seamus?
I don't know. We didn't really discuss that. As long as it takes, Brooke.
We just said rendezvous at night, so it's kind of up to you how long you want to be up there.
Well, at a certain point, I'm gonna start to wonder about my ironclad yokel down there at the bottom.
Yes.
So
Literally ironclad.
I'll probably push it as long until I feel like I'm not really seeing anything anymore, and then I'll make my exit.
During that time, yeah, you would see a few more people come and go. Again, that orc comes back at a certain point after he's kind of scoured the neighborhood to make sure that nobody is watching from on the streets once he's sure that Jill and Merrick are gone. And wherever Leith went, he can't seem to find where that guy went, so it seems like that guy was fine. And then he goes back inside. At a certain point, you would see that elf lady leave, and she just heads out. And then she would come back in later on, and you would see a pair of humans who are hooded, who would go in through the front door, and then they would be in there for a while, and they're carrying like bags with them, and then they would leave.
Okay. So basically, we got the two guards, who are just kind of watching things, elf lady, and then the two hooded humans, right?
That's what you've seen.
Yeah. Okay. I retain all that knowledge for later.
Nice.
I think once Leith and I are done, like once he's back out and we've kind of talked, we probably won't do a whole lot of talking there just because we're too close, but we'll probably head back to the rendezvous spot and just wait for the others because I don't know that there's that much more that we can do.
We're off. Merrick and I are already there.
Yeah, they're like,
We've been there for hours.
we got made immediately, so
Sorry. Jill looks
guys.
sheepishly at the ground.
Picked
We
up
came
some
back here and
groceries
made
so
it
that we could
made
make a
out all
nice
day.
dinner in the
yeah,
cottage.
like I mean, I'm sure that Merrick prepared something delicious for you guys.
Venison. He shot, killed, skinned, and butchered a deer in this time.
He got a 20 on his cooking here, so
There we
yeah.
go.
It's tasty.
So good.
Very good.
As Jill is explaining how impressive Merrick's feats are, Leith is just going to choose a tree and drag his fingers around it and create an entire house with a working fireplace, tables, beds, clock, writing desk in about a minute flat, and just smile and say, "Yeah, that's real impressive, Jill," and then go inside.
You're such a dick. He's such an asshole. And then eventually,
Someone doesn't get any venison.
yeah. Damn right he doesn't. Maybe he can make some food out of a tree. And then I just I eventually go into eating my venison.
All right, so you guys
Jameson.
can debrief what you found out and adjust your plan.
When Beyonce walks away, he's gonna walk like groin first, just putting out the vibe.
And
To whom?
I don't know, but no
Everyone.
one picks up on the vibe. No one goes for the vibe.
It's okay. He knows what he's got.
as I rendezvous with my associate Beyonce on the way back, I turn to him and I say, "Hey, Beyonce, do you remember that one spell you could do that could make it a really, really nice meal for everyone?
Yes. There's a bountiful banquet.
Have you developed any new models that could include a taco option, perhaps a late night taco option?"
It's only limited by my imagination, baby.
Let's talk about that more later.
Good. Late night
the
tacos it is.
Oh my god.
What do you think they're eating over there? Probably some sort of like deer or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would eat it if it came down to it, but fish tacos with some lime and cilantro, that
Yes.
really would hit the spot.
Oh, that absolutely, and just like corn tortillas.
Remember, we all have to sleep in the same little cabin tonight.
Merrick and I are gonna sleep outside just like last night. That
Yep.
worked out fine.
At a certain point in the night, you just smell like this glorious smell wafting towards you, and you're like, "Those motherfuckers."
It's like that. It's like some restaurants where it's like the purposely piping out the smells.
Yeah, right. So we kind of start talking and like, so obviously Merrick and I didn't see anything. Sorry. Kind of lost my mind. What
Well,
did you
you
guys see?
Got out of there before, anything bad happened, so that is
How did you know we was seen? Like, I didn't see anything. Normally I see everything.
in one of those alleyways, there were some street urchins playing. And,
Yeah, I saw them.
One of them was watching you and then pulled out a mirror. And on the hour, they must have a system where on the hour, someone looks out the window and if they've seen something, they signal with the mirror.
Sneaky little shit.
Someone
We
came
could
out to
use that
check
to our
after that.
advantage.
And Callista, that wasn't something in place when you were with the gang, so that's
That is new. They must have increased security.
Would we maybe want to have cause that signal to be given so that everyone goes to check out what's happening outside the gate as we sneak into the back of the hideout when we go back tomorrow? Use it as a distraction.
We don't want them on high alert at all. I think we lay low.
Well, and there were few people around, correctly? That you saw.
Yeah.
And that's
So
not too surprising to you, especially at that time of day, Callista, because when you were there before, the amount of people in the gang varied, and how many of them live in the guild house and are there often. There are some of them who don't live in the guild house and then they come and go and work for your father. It's his lieutenants usually who live in the building. Before, if you watch Shot in the Dark, we had those characters, and then there were a couple more characters who kind of live in the guild house, but that's not too strange.
Would I have gotten an idea of how many of the bunks in the barracks were currently occupied?
No, you didn't
while I
have
was in
time to
there?
count because you didn't specify counting, and your perception check was not very good with a 10. So,
I mean, I don't see any reason to change the plan we had on the table. I think it was a good plan. You know about where Lucian's office was, Leith?
I know exactly where it was, at least the outside door. And when I knocked, I was in that hallway for a bit and nobody came to it. So that might be a good time of day when he's not in his office.
We need him to be in his office.
How long did you wait?
Right outside the door, not very long, but in the hallway that door was on, I was there for, a while, and nobody came to that door.
If he was
How
not
long
expecting
is a
anyone,
while?
Because I knocked on that door, and then I was in the hallway trying to get into the main room.
but
And so if
for
he had-
not very long, 30 seconds.
But I mean, that's still a fairly long time. If someone's knocked on a door, you usually answer the door within a minute.
a power play would be to wait,
Yeah.
and he pulls power plays.
That's a big dick move right there.
So
100%.
I think that
Someone walks in.
that is the time of day when we should go in. Same time of day tomorrow. If you can bring us into the library, And then, since you have seen that, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can dimension door us into his office from there?
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy to do.
Because that door will be locked.
Were you able to get into the office? Or
I didn't try to open the door. I didn't want to accidentally
idea.
give myself away.
Leith, I can't believe I'm
Probably,
saying this,
right?
but that was a great decision. Good for you.
Would I know, would the door between his
Thanks.
inner and outer office be locked? Or because the outer office is locked?
Usually they're both locked.
Both locked? Okay.
Unless he's expecting or wanting people to be able to come in.
Okay.
He like you said, he likes his privacy, so he usually keeps his office locked unless he's asked someone to come in. And that exterior door he'll only have open when he was like open to the idea of somebody coming in to interrupt him and knock on his door.
Mhm.
So while we're in his office, do we want anything happening anywhere else to draw the attention of anyone who might be in the building away from the office so that he doesn't have any backup?
I would prefer they
That's-
not know anything is happening at all.
I was going to say, we don't want any kind of malarkey. If they don't know we're there, I say we keep it just nobody knowing we're there and we stay quiet. If they find out we're in there, then Leith, fire away. But I agree with
Leith
Calista.
agrees, but you just kind of see like he's a little crestfallen and the mischief goes out of his face. Just
It
just a
could
little
still
bit.
happen.
Good.
The most important thing to remember will be, if possible, get us into the inner office. Because that is where we will need to get, and that will also be locked. And then, if someone with the capability of paralyzing people can immediately cast a spell on him.
I have hold person and chains of light. Chains of light would be the more difficult one to shake.
Would
can
Leith's whole
prepare it.
person or Beyonce's chains of light be more likely to succeed?
Because chains of
I
light
can-
is a powerful spell, it's it's harder to shake. But
I can pump the DC if I cast Eagle Splendor on myself before we go in. I can pump the DC on my hold person up to 23.
damn,
So I don't know if that beats
I
your
think
Chains of Light.
unless I did like Owl's Wisdom or something on myself, it would be similar.
Which now would be the time for us to plan out
Who needs to buff
boons
when?
and bonuses and buffs and all of that kind of thing.
Seamus and I'll get the door.
I was
The door
actually
should
thinking-
already be locked, but you can guard it.
Yeah.
And if anything goes down, I've still got a few pamphlets left over from the Order of the Small Hand. I could always solicit donations.
Wonderful plan. Wonderful plan.
And
Should
and
always
were
have a
those
backup.
originals?
Well, no, those are for my friends.
Oh, excellent. Can I have one?
Yeah, and he pulls out a Werther's original, an original
I've read-
Werther's original, and hands it to his buddy Beyonce.
I've really gained a taste for this.
So,
Sponsor us.
should we retire for the night?
Yes, I
Should we
think
retire
so.
for the night and prepare ourselves in the morning and then make our way there and God's help us?
I look at Calista, I'm like, are you ready?
Yes.
And I kind of look around at everybody else. I'm like, well then, good night and God's help us. And I just start heading outside. To where
I should
Merrick
should
had
tell you all.
said, so-
Sorry, Jill. I should tell you all. I've been thinking, and we need that sword. We need to get my father to give it to us. And so, as much as I need my revenge, I'm going to offer him his life in exchange for the sword.
That very wise of you.
Are you going to keep your word if he gives it to us or not?
You want to know?
I guess I don't.
What if he goads
I were you, but that's
that
me.
We'll,
What if he what, Beyonce?
do you trust yourself to resist his goading if he knows how to hurt you, how to poke at your buttons and the chinks in your armor?
I am quite good at turning off my emotions. I've had lots of practice.
Beyonce will just kind of like tap her on the shoulder, just to, like, reassuring. Oh, we'll be right there with you.
We're with you wherever you go.
Leith just nods.
Same.
All right. Merrick and Jill are going to go outside. Jill, what's going through your mind tonight? Or not Jill, I'm sorry, Calista.
I wonder what's going on through Callista's mind.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's kind of twofold. I think first I spend a while thinking of my father and like picturing the life leaving his eyes, picturing him dying, and picturing that, like trying to feel that satisfaction. And then I turn my thoughts to Theris and I just fall asleep.
All right.
Thinking about what it felt like to fall asleep in his arms. And
Feel positive things. Okay.
My
All
heart.
right, the next morning comes. Spells are reset. Everybody have stuff prepped for what they would like for the day, or is anybody changing anything?
I take my short sword back from Merrick, and I assume he has his axe.
He'll take his axe. He'll actually ask if you guys want somebody to be on watch outside. He doesn't know if there's a way for him to signal you guys if something was going wrong, but like if a whole bunch of people suddenly show up, he thinks
Don't we have a set of
should
sending stones?
have some way to know.
that's a good question.
I don't know if we do or
I
not.
don't think we did.
I thought we did.
Well, I trust your notes. If you say we do, I think we do.
If you
I
say
don't
you
have
have
them.
some,
I believe you.
I don't have them.
Yeah.
I thought Beyonce had a pair at one point.
I know.
He
but
has
if
the
you
sending
say we has-
spell.
I have the sending spell.
But didn't we
yes,
find a
but-
pair of sending stones, the same spot that we found like Merrick's fancy sword and the crown that Leith wears and all of that right before we went into
I don't know
Mithranor?
who took it. If you did, you would have to have it
Might-
written down.
I don't have
You
it
know,
written
I
down.
think you're right, actually.
So you have them?
I do vaguely remember that.
Okay. Then
Let's
we can
just
say we're giving one to Merrick,
Yep.
Sure.
and then who's got the other one?
I think I should have the other one because if Merrick signals, you can all leave with Beyonce. I can find Merrick and I can get him to wherever you guys have gone. And if
Well,
you
I
have to
guess
leave with,
You don't
if you
have to
leave
have the
without
other
us,
one. You can just use sending with
It
it.
just
Oh no,
can't-
it is the
it just
bearer of
lets
the
you
other
cast-
stone. So yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So Leith will have the other end of it.
that way, if
And,
you guys
It's
have to
like
leave
two
without
tin
us,
cans with a string.
It is. It is.
you leave without
The
us,
D&D, 2
Beyonce,
cans with a
you
string.
can cast sending to reach me, and I can reach Merrick. And with that, we should be able to get everybody out.
All right.
As we're kind of on our way there, I'm talking to Merrick, and I just say, stay safe. If anything goes wrong outside, you keep yourself safe. Let us know, and we'll meet up. But don't do anything
course.
stupid.
Like go shopping.
And I give him a little kiss, and I'm like, exactly, like going shopping.
He gives you a kiss back.
we should
Beyonce
probably
just kind of smiles and shakes his head.
arrive in smaller groups since we're probably going to have to like get in from that tree area
That
to
little
the side,
courtyard,
right?
okay.
So we'd have to like we don't
If
want
we're
to all
teleporting in, we can.
you can go
straight
from
up-
our
From
shelter.
anywhere. You can go
Okay,
from
well, then we
there.
may
I can go from anywhere on this plane of existence into that
From right
library.
here.
Kidding. Then let's do it right from where we're at.
Right from where we're at.
Oh, well, Merrick has to. We should give Merrick a head start so he can.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
Merrick
you're
head
there.
out.
Yeah.
Is he going to the clock
Definitely.
tower or something to keep watch?
That'd be a good
He's
idea.
Yeah.
He's like, let me figure out a way up.
He can frickin'
So
spider.
we'll
climb.
wait
He's
for
a
Merrick's
badass.
signal to teleport into the library.
Oh,
How many
nice.
times can you cast sending with?
From that stone, it only gives you a single.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
so
we'll
he's
probably
He
not,
can't give us
So
a
we-
signal. We just have to give him time.
just give him an hour.
We'll
He'll leave
go
an hour
based on
early.
how long
It's once
how long
a
it took
day.
us.
Once a day
Okay.
We'll go based on how long it
For
took us to
each
get
end
there
of the
yesterday.
stone or for the pair?
for the pair, I think.
Okay.
Hopefully, you won't have problems on both ends of things, though.
That's a good point.
I also can cast sending if we need to talk, but
So we give him an hour head start, and then
we
It's
don't.
their teleportation.
Okay, before we go in, is our plan to teleport straight from the Brotherhood's hideout back to Waterdeep or back to our cabin
That's-
here? Where
that's
are we
what I-
regrouping in case we get separated?
Waterdeep is what I have my word of recall set to.
A Waterdeep is the only place
Okay.
Beyonce can get people.
Well,
So-
I could choose a different one per day, but I have to
I
be
think
very
Waterdeep.
familiar.
So the plan is Beyonce will get everybody out to Waterdeep. Leith will leave separately to get Merrick so that Merrick and Leith can get back to Waterdeep. Okay.
yes,
What are we doing with Katya?
This could go so terribly wrong.
Yeah, what are you doing with Katya?
Would she be super obvious if she hung out with Merrick?
I mean he's at
No,
the
she
top
can
of the clock
she can
tower.
stay by Merrick. It's fine. The problem is like when you guys, if you're teleporting straight from Waterdeep, Merrick won't be with you. Like from inside the hideout.
Well, that's what Leith was. Leith was going
why
to get
I'm saying-
Merrick.
That's why I wanted the other
Oh,
end of the
gotcha.
sending
Yep.
stone, so they can go straight to Waterdeep.
Okay, so
I
he'll
can
keep
just get out.
Katya. He'll keep Katya with him.
I can get out.
She's stealthy.
regroup with
She can
Merrick.
stealth around.
I think that's the plan.
Before he left for the clock tower, can we say that our plan, should we get separated, was for him to meet us back where I've been making the cabin outside of town?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in case everything
All right.
goes wrong.
So after he kisses Jill goodbye, he is taken off.
And we give him however long it took us to get down there
Very
yesterday.
anxious hour while we wait.
An anxious hour.
Look at
Anyone have any
Let's go.
last questions for Callista about the situation?
Oh,
Ready for this? It's a long time coming.
Been waiting for this for a very long time.
Would anyone
So
else
that-
benefit from having a boost to their charisma
no.
while we're in there?
I mean, intimidation is and persuasion is charisma. So perhaps I'm trying to persuade my father to give us the sword. So
If it's free, then I'll take intimidate. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll also cast Owl's Wisdom, like when we're about to go. My DC is like a 25 for Chains of Light if I do Owl's Wisdom.
Okay. Leith, do we get a bonus?
So it's a level 2 spell. I'm going to cast it on myself. I'll cast it on Callista.
Yeah. I don't need it. I don't
And-
need it. Save it.
I'm looking at my other level 2 spells. There's not a ton there that'll be useful. So if you want it, I can give it to you, and I'll still
Yeah.
have 4 spells at level 2 left.
Yeah, sure. What's the bonus?
+2 on all charisma stuff. Your charisma score goes up by 4 points.
Nice. All right.
I made you a card for that.
I know. I'm gonna get it out right now out of my character case by helpful NPCs.
I don't know that we have one for Eagle Splendor.
Yeah, you do.
We do.
I have
I
one.
remember it has
I don't.
feathers on it.
Oh, you don't because you cast it. I think I didn't make it for you because I assumed it because it was your spell.
Oh, yeah.
That works. I know what it does.
I got mine. It's way too bright to see, but it's there.
Okay.
So are we just rushing in when we get there, or
Yep.
are we
We're bamfing. Well, we're going to the
bamfing
office
into the library?
or library, and then he's gonna bamf us into the inner office, and then someone needs to hold him right away, and then I'm gonna start talking.
I'll be ready.
Seamus and I'll get the
So-
door.
And I can also cast Hold Person as a quickened spell, as a swift action. So I can Dimension Door us in and cast Hold Person in the same round as our entry plan. And then if that doesn't work, Beyonce follow up with Chains of Light right on the heels of that, if possible.
Got it.
Okay.
It is time.
Here's where it all goes wrong, and I roll like a 3, and we end up back in Blackfeather Bridge.
If you put it into the universe, it will be.
You gotta manifest, man. You gotta manifest.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay. Callista, pick a color: gray, green, or purple.
Purple.
All right. Rolling.
So then it's your fault if he screws up. Nice, Brad. Way to hedge your bets.
I just don't trust any of my dice.
Smart way
so
to be.
we're going with the purple ones. All right. So Merrick's hour's gone by, and Leaf will cast Teleport.
All
Get us
right.
all to the library.
Here we go. So are you rolling your percentage dice? Is that what you're doing?
I am.
Feel like
Okay.
we're at the top of the roller coaster.
I need to pull this up so I know what the.
See it. So
The ring.
seen,
Down on the Millennium Force.
seen. No, it's viewed once. That's what you've got. You viewed it once for a few
Correct.
seconds. So you need a 76 or below to be on target.
Well, I went through the library twice, so it's more than seen once, technically.
Seen casually. I'll give you that.
Okay.
That's it. So you got 88 or below.
Please don't be a 1. Please don't be a
1 is good. You don't want above 88.
Yeah, zero, zero,
Above
one is good.
88.
Oh.
God bless America, Brad. Roll the dice.
Okay. I rolled a D8 and a D10. I got really
So
nervous and rolled the wrong die.
Great start.
Hey, it's under 88.
So the D10 rolled an 8, but I got to roll the 10s places now.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna make you re-roll the whole thing, Brad. I'm
The
sorry.
whole shebang.
You have to
Okay.
re-roll both because you can't
Okay.
call which one it is, 10s or not.
Well, I can't.
one's a 10 and one's a 0.
One's a 1.
Okay, it's fine. Just re-roll the whole thing for me,
Jesus
please.
Christ.
Otherwise, I'll roll it.
But it was a 28.
Brad, roll the
I
dice.
don't care.
No, that fell off the table.
Lord, man.
He's 2 H's. 2
You're
H's.
bad at
For
this.
the love of
55.
tear.
55.
55. We're good. We're good.
55 will put you all in the library.
Is it just me, or did that take longer than it should have?
Longer
Are you
than it
saying
should
that
have.
out loud?
No.
Okay.
Do I see the alcove?
Yes.
Ooh.
So Callista's eyes would pop
They'll
to
dart over there, and
little
I'll
dark
take just a
alcove.
second. My eyes darken a little bit, and then I look at Leaf expectantly, like, all right, into the office.
Emotional damage.
Okay. So everybody,
Emotional damage.
Lethal will hold out hand, I guess over his head because he's short. Hold out hands for everybody to join hands.
I grab.
And
yeah.
then,
Grab. And just so you know, Brooke, I'm getting the spell Instant Enemy ready. As soon as I see my father, I'm going to cast Instant Enemy on him.
Okay.
Wow.
Cast
Oh my
treacherous
god.
It's a swift
Oh
action.
my god, we're here. We're in here, guys.
4 spells. Cast Dimension Door
This place feels familiar. I can't put a finger
into
on
the
why.
inner office.
Like a
Past
past life.
In a past life, perhaps.
Don't believe in that,
What's that face?
Brad. Brad.
I'm not. I don't have
Oh,
to roll
He
anything
doesn't
for
have to
Dimension
roll
Door.
anything.
Okay, I thought that-
I'm just
Just go.
waiting expectantly to see
Okay.
what
Okay.
happens.
All right. So he's gonna get you all and prepare his spell.
I'm still wearing the hat of disguise right now, FYI.
Okay. And he will dimension door you all. However, how many people here have been dimension doored before?
I think
All
I've
of
used
us.
it on
All
You've
of
all
us.
used it?
Everybody at
He's
one
taken us
point.
all before.
I thought so. Something is different
Never
than
forget your first
previously when you've done this. So usually it's like you feel that stretch and then you're through. You just step through this like portal. This time when the portal opens and you guys go to step inside, the portal shimmers green when your body moves through it. And you just step out on the other side. And you're in the library still.
Oh.
He has magic on his office.
Spellcraft check.
Not I.
Yeah, I can.
Meanwhile,
25.
like, Jill's just looking for people.
19.
25 for me.
That was enough from Callista. Liz, are you on Discord?
Yes.
I sent you what the spell was, so you would recognize this.
Oh. He has a dimensional lock on his office, Leith.
What does that mean?
It means that we cannot dimension door or teleport or anything into his office. I should have expected that.
Can we leave out? Can we teleport out?
No,
We
you
can
cannot.
kick
We
his,
cannot.
we can kick
Not
his
out of
fucking
the
door in,
office,
can't we?
but other rooms in the fortress. We can come
Wherever the dimensional lock on, and she would know it's a 20-foot radius from wherever it's centered. You can't teleport in or out.
So 20 foot, would that encompass the inner and outer office?
You don't know. That would probably just be the inner office.
I think we should
Get us
try
to the inner office.
I think we should try to teleport into the outer office, like the edge of the outer office. Excuse me, dimension door. And then
And
we will
that
just
would
have
have expended your spell also, Brad.
Yep, I marked it off.
we will just have to, I suppose, force the door. Or perhaps I can get him to open it by revealing that it is me.
All right. So I will
Let me know if I need
grab
to bull
everyone's
rush it.
hands again, and I will try and dimension door, but this time just to the other side of
Outer
the
office.
foyer
All right.
office, whatever, or entry.
I'll also
Try it again.
does it fuck up?
This time you guys step through. No green shimmer. And you find yourselves in, it's like his receiving area, basically, like where he'll sometimes receive people. So he has like a chair set up in here, and it's a little like carpet up to that. And then there's a side door to where his office is.
Look, pretty
Can we
much
use
exactly
the
the same
chair
as it
to
did.
barricade the
It
door?
does look exactly the same.
That is a good idea, Leith. Just be very kind about it. Actually,
Sure.
someone else do
Seamus,
that.
Can you help?
Sure.
Do you think you could, Leith? Do you think you could pick that lock?
I
The
can try.
door to his inner office is suddenly locked.
I can bull rush the door too
investigate
if we
it
need
for
to.
traps
Yes, we should
before I
first
try
investigate it
and
for traps. Very wise.
pick any locks.
I can look
Isn't
for
that
traps
your
as well.
stick, Jill?
Yeah, I can look for traps.
Okay.
That
Give
is
me that
a
sweet perception check.
nat fucking 20.
Oh, do you see some traps, girl?
Gosh.
Oh, there's some
The
traps.
first thing you notice right off the bat is that this room is trapped. Like the room itself, you would see it's trapped. It's a trap that you're familiar with, that you've seen before. It's a room that has, like, you look at the walls and there are little slits like near the
Oh.
ceiling.
We're gonna
and
get gassed.
It's pendulum slits. That's where razor sharp pendulum blades would come through. They would swing down, and there's also holes where a fusillade of darts would be shot out as well. And you can see that this is triggered by like somebody approaching the office door like in a certain way.
Nobody move! Nobody move! Nobody move!
But you can try to disable it.
This is a really treacherous work environment.
I would like to try to disable it, please. Disable device, I assume.
Yep.
You know what, first-
If possible, if need be, I can aid.
You?
Yeah. So you can roll to aid. So you need to get at least a 10 to aid, and it'll give a +2 to Jill's roll.
I don't. It's not that good. It's not that bad, but it's not that good. I got a 14.
Never mind.
16.
14, 16. That's going to make a total of 16. Is anyone else helping?
So I was actually going to cast a spell I was going to pull all of us together and like put my hands.
It's too late for that.
too late?
Are you helping
Okay.
with the disable?
I don't think that I can.
Okay.
I can.
All right, Leith.
That'll be an 18.
Okay, that adds 2, so it's now up to 18. Anybody else? Okay.
Probably
you
wouldn't help.
guys,
Do you have to be trained in Oh, I am trained in No, I'm not trained in disable device.
you're not trained in it? I think you have to be. Let me double check. Trained only.
Yeah,
Yep.
it says trained only.
Okay, you guys set off the trap. In trying to do so, too many hands. We
Too
set
many
it
cooks.
off. Too many cooks, exactly. So immediately, darts are going to shoot out
Can I
at
cast?
everyone in the room.
Can I cast my spell as?
What is your spell?
I was going to try to cast life bubble around all of us. It's an action.
You can do a initiative check to see if you can beat the trap.
Okay. Probably not.
Oh, damn.
15.
That's enough. So yes, you
Hey.
can throw that up.
Nice.
So that creates.
So what is it? What does it create? Can you describe for me what will happen? Because you haven't used that one before.
No, I haven't. It creates a constant and movable 1-inch shell of tolerable living conditions around all of us.
So what does that look like for you? I mean, like, what does your spell look like?
I think it's fairly invisible. It's just, it kind of looks like we're all in like those bubbles that you blow out of like a bubble wand. So it's kind of like shimmery a little bit. There's a little bit of that like oil slick look in some spots if you look at it just right.
Cool.
And it kind of flexes with us when we move.
Okay. It does not stop you from being attacked, though. So you guys are going to be attacked by it's just against.
Yeah, you're
conditions.
right. It's breathe freely.
If it was a poison.
Yep, you're right.
But I mean, it's a good, like, you know your father and you know he likes poisons and gases. So that's a good instinct and it makes sense that you would do it. So you throw that up, but unfortunately you all get attacked by darts and pendulum blades instead. So here we go. All right,
Just a little
Callista,
guy.
does a 32 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the darts, it's one roll for everybody. So a 32,
Yes.
whoever it hits, which I assume is everybody.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Is
D4
this a
darts.
Is there a save?
Oh,
like a reflex
It's
save?
multiple darts per target. No, it's versus your AC. So I guess it is versus each person. So Callista, first dart for you is going to do 5 damage. Second dart that hits you for 4. Third dart that hits you is 3.
So it's not a separate roll for each dart?
No.
Okay.
And then the last one is 4. All right, so I will roll separately for each person. And then Jill, does a 31 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
2 darts. That's 3 damage and 5.
Okay. Ow.
Beyond, those darts crit failed and backfired.
Hey!
or maybe, no, what I like better is they shoot some other darts out of the air. So they shoot Lee's darts out of the air.
Hey! It's the power of tear.
Seamus, a 34. I assume hits you.
It does, but I have deflect arrows as a feat.
Oh, yeah. You can use that on this.
Yay.
So just kind of like, like with the lightsaber.
Okay.
was gonna
Do you
say,
have
like,
to
Wonder
roll
Woman,
anything
but-
with that?
No, it just says as long as I have at least one hand free, I can use the feat.
You may
once-
deflect it with no damage. Attempting to deflect a range attack doesn't count as an action. Yep, that's good. All right, that's cool.
Cool.
All right, and then the blades come through after this. So there's also the pendulum blades. So Callista, it's a 27 to hit you.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I need to get the big boy die out here.
Oh, great.
It's 12 damage.
12 damage.
Slices. It's a pendulum blade. I don't know what to tell you.
It's hitting
Jill,
terminal velocity.
it's a 33.
Yes.
So that's 4 damage.
Ow.
Beyond.
That's not too bad.
26.
That sure do.
Okay, that is 2 damage.
Oh,
Yes, you do have Tyr on your side.
yes.
His face
Callista's getting beat to hell out here.
Does that 21 hit you?
Who?
It might
No.
not. Leaf. Yeah, so Leaf, it goes over your head. It was not designed for someone so short.
That's why they put the half leg
Leaf
in
just
here.
kind of leans back as it.
And Seamus, a 32 hits you, I presume. So
It
9,
does, but I'm gonna
9
call.
damage.
Is that just the one hit? Yeah.
just the one hit. Yep.
All right, 9 damage.
Okay. All right. So that went off. And it's continuing to go off. So you guys can now act. Everybody can act for a round.
GTFO.
But it's going to come back. Like they go past you and you see them like coming back and the darts are still going to go. So
Is it across the entirety of the room or just right in
it's
front
the
of the door?
whole room. Yeah, they're just shooting
We got to
across
get into the
whole
office.
room.
We got to get into his office now. Beyonce, rush the door.
So, yep. Were those the only traps? I don't care. I'm just gonna bull rush and try to shoulder the door.
And Seamus also is gonna leap into a flying kick using a flurry of blows.
I follow
Okay.
them.
So we have to choose. Are we going to use a strength check against the door? And then you guys can aid each other on the strength check, which is generally easier to do. Or are you going to attack the door and do damage to it? In which case it would have hardness, like damage reduction, that would cut out from the hit points.
I think we're
You
trying to
guys wanna
just
do
force the door
strength?
open.
Try just
That's what I
strength with-
assume. Okay,
Since
so
I'm,
that
like, trying to
means
shoulder
who's
it.
doing the primary strength against it, and then
it's
who is
probably
more
me.
supporting? Beyonce
Probably
is the one
me.
in the middle?
I'll
Yeah.
support in that. Yeah.
Okay, Beyonce, make the primary strength check.
All right. Tears blessings. Come on. Balls. That's a 10.
Okay, people who are supporting, you roll to add. If you get a 10 or above, then you add a +2. If you get below that, you're not helping. So
I gave him
you
a
can't make it
+2.
worse in this case, at least. So that's
I gave him a
12.
+2.
Then we may as well just all throw our weight at it and I'll
Yeah.
help too.
I'm not.
Throw
helping.
yourselves at it.
I am helping. 13.
No, I'm not helping. I rolled. It's not happening.
Okay.
I got a 6. So
Old man bones.
Oops.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, so all
Okay.
3 of us helped.
So you all help, which puts it at 16, which is not going to be enough. But you bam against the door and make perception checks.
He doesn't notice magically.
16.
38.
25.
Fuck. You and your
I'm
damn
looking for
skills.
20s
30.
and up.
30.
I got a 20. Not now.
Okay, so everyone but Beyonce.
Yeah.
Everyone but Beyonce would hear from beyond the door a sort of startled yelp at the sound of the door being slammed against. And then it's another round of attack, but Callista, you were all throwing yourselves at the door, right? So, okay, then the room gets another round. Here we go. Darts versus Callista, 31. Yeah. That's 3 darts. I'm just going to do total damage because you don't have any damage reduction, right?
Not against a dart.
5, 5, and 4, 14 damage. Jill. Yeah, that hits you. No way that doesn't. 3 darts coming at you for 3, 6, 9 damage. Beyonce, I'm pretty sure they miss you again at 20.
No, that hits.
Oh, that hits you. Okay.
Yeah.
3 darts hit you. Total of 4, 8 plus 5, 13 damage.
Ow.
A nat 20 versus Leith. So Leith,
Okay.
that's going to be 2 darts. The first one does 10 damage. The second one does 6. So 16.
Okay.
And then Chuck does a 28 hit Seamus.
Can I ask a quick question? Can I use Storm Lure as a swift action, or is that like a whole action?
No, that's a standard.
Okay.
Yep.
What was it then?
These are the darts, so can you deflect them again?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Okay. Is it just one that you can deflect?
Um.
I'm going to let it be both because it's one roll anyway, so that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay, then the pendulum blade, 22, Callista.
That does not hit me.
All right, you're smart this time. 36, Jill.
Yeah. Yes.
8 damage.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die, guys. Oh my god, we need to get in the room.
20. Hold on, math. 27 versus Beyonce.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
6 damage. 22 versus Leaf.
That'll hit.
10 damage. And then
Furious
30.
defense,
Okay. What does that add?
4 to my AC.
You got a 36.
Yeah.
So it's still going to hit you.
Yep.
You try to Furious Defense a blade, and the blade's going to go right through your hand. So that's 6 damage. So you guys are getting chopped up. And it is open round for everybody again. So everyone gets an action. You have one full round, everyone. You can go in whatever
I would like
order
to
you
cast Suggestion on Lucian because he just has to be within range. It does not say you have to see him.
want. No, all
Just say-
spells are line of sight, Brad. That is how spells work in Pathfinder. Yes, that's how spells work.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah,
That
sorry.
Damn it.
Okay, now I'm going to use the Storm Lure, which is going to create 50% reduction in any ranged damage for the area.
Okay, that's smart. Okay, so that's going to kick the wind up, definitely. So what is the rest of you doing?
I think we try to bash in the door again. I think we try to do it again.
And just before we do, I'm gonna yell. Oh no, I'm not.
Just focused on not dying right now.
I don't know if he'd open the door for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Especially now.
No.
Beyonce, you want to do the main roll again?
I've got a different thing.
What do you want to do, Beyonce?
I am going to, getting very annoyed by all this crap. I'm going to start casting a spell, and like a like radiant stone is going to form in my hands. And then I'm going to just pull up, and I'm going to do Wall of Stone to try and block the pendulum.
Nice.
Okay. Now it's multiple pendulums. It's not just one.
Well,
But can
it
you
would
block half
at
of the
least-
room side?
You could block off part of the room. Yes. So like you could
Yeah.
block off, the direction the pendulum's coming. That would be fine. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah. So I'll do that,
All right.
and I'll make it. Let me do a little calculation here. 5 foot square, so I think I can make it like 5 inches thick.
Okay.
So then it's sexual was so now it has like HP, hardness, and all that sort
Yep.
of stuff to block
Yep.
it.
Okay.
And I'm assuming
so
I
you throw
can't
that up.
tackle. I'm assuming I can't shoulder
No.
the thing because I did that.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right. Everybody else doing an action or tackling?
Seamus already cast a spell. Beyonce already cast a spell. I guess
I'll tackle the door. I mean, we
Yeah.
might roll high.
Yeah. What's your
Who's
strength?
the main
Who's doing
one?
the primary? I have a
That's what I-
+1 to my strength.
So do I. I'll do it. I'll do the primary.
All right. So as that wall of stone gets thrown up behind you, what was the primary roll?
18.
Okay, Callista.
I did not help.
Okay, and there was nobody else.
Leith could help still.
I'll help because I can't cast
All
a
right,
spell
Lee.
this round. So that's a natural 1.
Leave!
I roll 1 every session.
As the wall
Like,
of stone
let's not be
drops on his
surprised.
foot.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
It's like 1 damage as you pull it out. All right, so no, that will not open it, but you have successfully kept the pendulum from coming through again. So it's just darts this time. And the number of darts is going to be halved. So let's see. All right, Callista, that hits you. It's going to be 2 darts. First one's 5 damage, second one's 5 damage. Jill,
Yep.
that hits you. Going to take 1 dart, 2 damage.
Okay.
Beyonce, that's going to hit you. 1 dart, 3 damage.
Okay.
Leaf, that's going to hit you. 2 darts, 5 and 4, 9 damage total. And then Seamus
Most
is
damage I've ever taken in a fight.
All right, so that will bring us back to you guys.
Okay, now we should all throw ourselves at the stupid
this time
door.
I'm gonna smash it.
All right, who's the big strong one? Beyonce. Don't let us down, Beyonce.
Here's blessings. That fell off the desk. Fuck. 7.
I don't help.
There's not even a point to us trying.
There's no way. There's no way. You're not going to get through.
I got a 17.
Nope.
Can I?
We need to let someone else try to make.
Bitch.
He's
the
I only get a
strongest
+3.
one.
I only get a +3.
Higher than the rest of us.
That is the best.
So you guys are getting ready to get barraged by darts again when suddenly the mechanism whirs down and you would hear it grind to a stop.
Is there anything else that we can hear?
Make a perception check.
Can I also?
Yeah, anyway.
Wow. I rolled the only thing I could roll that I wouldn't hear anything. I rolled a nat 1.
23.
25.
21.
You
Natural
guys
20.
all heard like a switch flipped in the room next door, like right on the other side of the wall, basically, like right next to the door, probably. And you would hear a voice, Beyonce, because you got a nat 20. You would hear a male voice say, "Wait here. I'll find out what it is."
There's more than one in there. Someone's coming.
Draw my axe.
And the door will open, and that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh my god.
All right.
Wow. Oh my god. It's happening. It's happening.
And we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
So,
The trap has stopped. Word closed. Beyonce heard someone say that they were going to check, so it presumes that there are 2 people in the room beyond. And the door is about to open. What are you all doing?
as soon as Beyonce tells us that someone's coming to the door, I'm going to motion for everyone to flatten themselves against the wall on either side of the door so that whoever comes to the door doesn't see us immediately, and we can hopefully get a hold person spell off at them.
I do.
Lethal just turn invisible.
That works too.
Beyonce will back off like she's saying
Okay.
and be
So,
ready to cast Chains of Light.
Stealth checks.
Oh man, come on. Mwah. Let's go.
I'm right next to the door.
Yep.
16.
23. Oh,
Hold on
23.
one moment. Don't
Okay,
shut
okay.
him out, please.
Sure.
I have to roll the perception on this end. Let's see.
It's broken.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me what they are now.
16 for Beyonce.
16, 20, what?
3.
Here. 23. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
39. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, wow.
43 because I'm invisible and not
Right.
moving.
And then Seamus?
I got a 19, but I can also jump into the corner like a ninja. Like,
Gonna do
Spider Seamus is in the corner.
Spider Seamus in the corner. Okay. All right. Acrobatics, make sure you get up there, but I'm sure you'll have no problem.
24.
Okay. You go up.
That was actually a really
All
bad
right.
roll for me.
Flex.
All
The
you with your
door
skills.
opens. None of you can see like into the door from where you have positioned yourself. But Leith, where are you standing? Because you are.
I'd be a little ways back from the door so that if someone came through, I could get out of their way, but I'd be pretty well.
You want a sight line in?
Yeah, if I can see in, that would
Okay.
be fantastic.
The figure who is standing there, you don't think could possibly be Callista's father. Something about their bearing seems younger than that would be your guess. But they're masked. They have a mask around their entire face. So you just see eyes, and they have a hood on over that as well. And they've got a rapier in their hand and a bow on their back. And okay. What is the DC?
It'll be 23 because I've got Eagle Splendor out.
And this will make you visible because it is a targeted attack.
No,
unless you have greater
glance is greater invisibility.
Oh, you have greater invisibility. Okay, then you're good.
Yep.
All right, what was the DC?
23.
Okay. Math. 23. So that is going to make it. So it won't work. And does that have a verbal component?
It does, but I will also use my authoritative spell.
You didn't say that beforehand, so you
Okay.
cannot. You have to add a magic feat before. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm new to meta magic, so
It's all good.
figure
Now you
this
know.
out eventually.
Okay. So he's going to point the rapier up at you, and he's going to say,
He doesn't know where I am.
yeah, I know, but just like up. He heard a voice. And he's going to say, shall I turn it back on, or shall we speak?
So he's right next to me.
He's in the door. He hasn't stepped out yet. You see the
Okay.
rapier point sticking out of the door.
Do I recognize the voice? Is it my father?
No, it's definitely not your dad.
And the voice isn't familiar, like someone that I knew when I was there?
A wisdom check?
Okay.
We can talk.
Oh my god.
16.
16. It does sound familiar, but you can't place who it was.
I am like nervously like looking at Callista when it said, shall we speak? I don't say anything.
I'm not like I have a hand on Justifier, but like looking to Callista.
I'm waiting to see if the person steps out through the door and I might be able to slip in behind. to
They
get
have
at my
not.
father.
They're waiting for an answer.
And
They
Brett
don't.
gave one. Leith gave one.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
We can speak, but I'll still be invisible.
Then show yourself.
I'll cast
Hi.
Mislead, and in the far corner away from me,
Callista,
a
make
gnome will
another
appear.
wisdom check.
Another wisdom check?
Yep.
Ugh, that was a 7.
Okay. Okay, you cast Mislead and you show yourself, so to speak.
Yep.
And then he's still standing there in the doorway. And he's still got the rapier up. He's not lowering it. He'll look down at where the fake Leith is.
You're not the person I was expecting to see.
No. And who are you? Why shouldn't I kill you?
Well, first, I don't think you could if you wanted to. Second, I'm your worst nightmare.
Let's make another wisdom check.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're gonna get it, dude. This is the one. This is the one.
Hey, this is the one. 22.
Hey.
Now that they're saying more, Callista, you know that voice, but it should be impossible. And it chills your blood. That's Theris's voice.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew it.
I knew it. Called it. Shit. No. No.
Are they?
Older, a little rougher maybe, but that's Theris's voice.
If I was to step into the door frame, would I be face to face with them? Like really close?
Yes, pretty much.
I'm going to pull the hat off.
Okay.
I'm going to step around. Oh, he's got the rapier up.
He's got a rapier up.
Is a rapier only like sharp on the tip, or is it all sharp all down the?
No, it's more of a thrusting weapon.
Okay, so I'm gonna step sideways into it and kind of like shunt it aside,
Okay.
so that I'm face to face with him. I'm gonna try to yank his mask off.
Make a initiative roll versus him, please.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't die.
Has Callista given any sort of like facial indication that Leith shouldn't just
Well, you
fry
saw
this
her
guy
take
with a
her
lightning
hat
bolt?
off, and she
Okay.
looks.
I'm in between
Could
you
I
and
ma-
him now too.
Yeah.
Could I make a
You only got an
sense
8.
Oh, good.
maybe
I did.
one
I
time
rolled
on
like
Callista.
shit too. So I got a 16.
Okay, that's enough. So yes, you will slip in there, and it's just a piece of cloth, so it's easy to pull it down, and you would know that face anywhere.
Does it look
it
whole? Like it doesn't look like destroyed or anything?
It is
Threw him off a building.
completely Ferris, the
And
way
burned
that
with
you
acid?
remember him.
Yeah, and
Yep, not burned with acid. He looks normal. You see his beautiful eyes, his half-elven features, his light hair.
Is there recognition in his
And-
face when he sees me?
He looks like he's looking at a ghost. And his hand with the rapier goes slack the slightest bit. And you guys are like face to face.
I step out and I'm just sort of standing by Callista. Like I stand next to Callista.
This cannot be. You are dead.
So are you. Callista.
What? There is the.
And he just lifts a hand to your cheek.
I put my hand on top of his hand. They killed you. I avenged you.
And Jill puts the pieces together. Fuck.
And Leith casts Disrupt Undead because he's not sure.
Are you
fair.
gonna cast it around Callista then? Do you have precise strike?
I just hit Callista too.
I don't. But it only does damage to
I
undead
know.
creatures.
So it's fine.
So-
You can hit him with it.
And it's only 1d6.
he's not
so he's
undead.
not undead. Okay.
He's not undead.
oh,
There
I
goes
do
a
not
whole
understand.
cantrip, guys.
I do not understand you. Where? How are you not dead?
Tell them to put their arms down. Come inside.
Is my father there?
No.
What?
Insight check.
Okay, yeah, sense motive.
the other one.
That'll be a 19.
19. He seems to be telling the truth.
I'll just kind of walk in with him.
Okay.
Callista.
He's just staring at you as he walks in. And Callista, when you pull your gaze off him, you would see that there is one other person in the room. Back in the back corner, by where there's a table back there, there's like pretty much a wheelchair for all intents and purposes, like a constructed medieval wheelchair that is pulled up to a table there. And in it, there is a young girl. She looks like maybe she's about 12 years old, somewhere around in there, like preteen, you would probably say. And she has sort of like a lighter hair and wide eyes. Make a wisdom check.
8.
Okay. You've never seen her before. You don't remember who this person would be, and they're younger than you would know anyway. So she's sitting there looking afraid, kind of staring up at Theris.
And I'll look at Theris and say, I do not understand.
Neither do I.
I
Come in,
put my,
all of you.
I go in, but I don't put my frickin' I'm not.
You're all
like,
still
holding it.
bleeding.
I don't put my axe away, but I just am not holding it
He
actively.
will
anymore.
look back at you, yeah, if you're still holding it in your hand, and he'll say, "Don't frighten her, or I'll send you out of here."
Who is she?
She's your sister, Callisto.
Lucian.
Half sister. And the girl looks up and she's staring at you like horns and everything. And like now that you look, you can see a little bit like in your features, there is some similarity, maybe some things that you would get from your father, but like you guys look very different from each other for many obvious reasons. And she's very young.
I'll look at her and say, you can see why it is half.
And she just doesn't say anything. She looks at Theris like she doesn't understand what's going on. And he says, it's all right.
For the record, Illusion Leith would have followed into the office, but Invisible Leith is going to stay back and stand guard in case anyone comes in from the other direction.
All right, that's wise.
Where is Lucian?
He's not here right now. He's traveling.
Traveling where?
That doesn't matter. How are you alive?
After they killed you, you did not hear? That it has to be legend what happened.
So you didn't come back then? I believed that you had to be dead.
I didn't come back because there was nothing to come back for. You were dead. You know that Lucian ordered you killed.
What? Lucian saved me.
What? From what?
From Tess.
Tess was the one who...
Killed me, yes.
Well, one of the ones who killed you.
No,
What?
I remember. And he turns and he like kind of walks back to where you guys would see there's like a bunch of books on the back wall here, and he's looking over the spines and he says, I remember they cut the rope. I remember Mortimer saying I wasn't going anywhere. And then he spit this tar all over my face. And I asked why they were doing this. Mortimer said they were following orders. And that was when she stepped forward, Tess. And she drew a dagger. She was watching me with this terrible smile. Then Barney stabbed me and everything went black, but she slapped me awake again. And she said she knew about us and that we were going to run away together. She told me to think of you. And then they plotted against us. Lucian killed them for it.
What?
He killed all of them.
No, he didn't. I did. I killed them all.
And you can make a diplomacy check here because you can see that he doesn't know what to believe.
Theris, I held Tess by her hair as she laughed that same evil laugh, and I slit her throat while she laughed at me. That was out of the dice tray. Ugh. 10. I'm not good at diplomacy.
It's impossible. He told me that you ran.
I ran because I killed 9 people here. Tess and Barney and Mortimer and Lou.
Why would he bring me back if he ordered me killed? He spent so much money to have me brought back.
That I do not understand. If he had somehow used you as a weapon against me before now.
But he didn't.
I know, and I do not understand.
He's treated me like a father.
You took my place, no?
Someone had to.
Theris, he always has to have something to hold on to his power. You're a tool, as I was.
No, you don't understand. And he walks across to the desk and he sits down in Lucian's chair. And he says he's giving me the Brotherhood, Callista.
So, his own daughter was a tool, was a thing. But someone else he will claim as a son.
He's changed.
Why? Why would he change?
Because of Helena. And he looks at the little girl.
He's never cared about any of his children before. Why would that make him change?
He does. You can ask her. He wants out of this. He wants to take her somewhere safe. That's what he's doing right now. He's on a trip in the Pirate Isles of the Sea of Fallen Stars. He's scouting for a place to retire and take her so that she can be out of reach of his enemies. He wants to leave, and he's agreed to leave it to me.
You would continue to run it? You would?
He's listened to me about some things. There's changes that we've made and that I want to make and that he knows that I intend to make, but he's fine with that. Look, I know that we're not heroes, but we bring employment to people in this city.
You also bring death.
Some people need death. You knew that. Better than most, I would think.
Most of the people that the Brotherhood brings death to
are criminals in their own right.
It did not used to be that way.
Well, it is now. And I'm ending the slave trade. I can't believe you're here.
Awkwardly, because there's an illusion of Leith in the room, but it can't speak, so you hear from the other room, "What about the sword?"
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes. We are here on a mission. My father purchased a sword.
Where
An
have you been?
artifact.
What have you been doing?
Saving the world.
Trying to right some of the wrongs that I perpetuated while I was here. Trying to balance the scales and well, yes, right now we are trying to save the world, but
Who are these people? And he looks like around at Jill and Beyonce and Jameis and Fake Weep.
they are my adopted family.
And he looks back at you.
The people who have agreed to spend their time with me, who, for the most part, look past what I am and see whatever good there is inside of me.
Like I did.
Yes. After I thought you were dead, I did not think that I could ever again find that little spark of humanity that you managed to find in me. I completely lost my way for a while. But I vowed to myself that I would never again take part in the kind of wanton destruction of lives that
I do.
that I did every day while I was here, that they did when they took you from me, that I came here fully intending to do. And I look at the girl. I intended to get my revenge.
You're going to kill your father.
Of course.
Callista, he's still your father.
He called me Hellspawn. He told me I was damned.
He warned you.
He damned me twice.
He tried to have you killed. If Callista says it's true, then it's true.
You don't know him.
He never wanted to know me.
Callista, whatever you've become wrapped up in, whatever this is, you belong here with me. And he's leaving. He'll be gone. He'll be out of our lives. Stay here with me. Help me run the Brotherhood. Nobody else could do it better.
This is not my life anymore.
It can
I
be.
cannot step back into this. The memories
Walks over towards you and he takes your hand and he says, "It should be. Do you know how long I waited for you to walk back in that door? And now you come looking for death?
I spent all these years knowing that you never would. I'm still not sure you're real.
I'm real. This is real.
Nevertheless, I am not the same person. I cannot come back to this life. Walk away with me.
I can't. Someone will take my place, someone worse. Do you know what that will do to the city? Do you know how many people will suffer? Who would you rather have in charge here? Someone like Tess or someone like me? Because there are plenty of people like her still here.
Is there no one else that you could train to take your place?
No one who won't be corrupted by all this. No one I could trust. You're the only one I would trust. What about after this? After whatever you're doing? Your quest?
I need some time. I want you. But I do not know if I can come back here.
And how can I help you?
I am not saying no. I am saying give me time.
Very well.
Looking for a sword. An ancient one. Some people call it extinction. We heard it might be here.
Lucian purchased it, or acquired it somehow about 2 years ago.
And he goes to the desk and he pulls out a key, and he has a key to Lucian's desk, which is kind of jarring for you to see. And he opens it up and he pulls out a ledger and he puts it on the desk and he starts going through it. Do you know when?
2 years.
At least
2 years ago.
Right.
At some point during all of this, Illusory Elite would fade because the time on that spell would have run out.
That scene in Back to the Future, it's like, oh no.
And he would glance up at that and he'd be
Gosh.
like, can you tell your friend to stay visible at least?
I cannot tell him to do much of
Sorry.
anything.
Leith will just stick his head in from the other doorway.
I'm Theris, by the way, he says to all of you.
I'm completely unaware of the fact that he's making the introductions. Like I'm just kind of walking around behind him and just like
Yeah,
put my hand on his shoulder, like trying to feel that he's really real.
it's really real beneath their hand.
My name's Leith Colfin. You haven't heard of me, but you will.
Yes, I got the introduction and the about worst nightmare, all that.
Leith just smiles and his eyes sort of like flare with an arcane glow.
I'm Jill. I can't do any of the pyrotechnics, but I'm here.
I am just a card Beyonce, and I'll do a little flare of light.
Looks back at you behind him, Callisto, with this like just a card introduces himself. Interesting company.
I have to say, I never imagined myself traveling with a cleric of Tyr.
And I'm Seamus. I'm the adult in the room.
The team
Several times over, old timer.
Right.
Don't let him fool you. He's very quick.
Imagine. The trap. You all right?
I mean, if you happen to have any potions laying around, I would take one.
We can see
Callista's
your
bleeding
lips.
pretty heavily.
He gets
Completely ignoring it.
Beyonce's
He takes a moment from the ledger to open like a safe that's got a bunch of potions in it, so he's gonna hand some of that for you guys.
I mean, I can do this too, and like Beyonce's just been like watching this whole thing, like whole heartwarming / tragic scene, and he's gonna remember that he is a healer.
Right, you're a clearic.
I'm
a cleric.
So, and he's going to channel energy.
Helping people's my thing.
That's it.
This is what I do.
It's kind of my shtick. 12, 13, 18, 4, 3, 33 HP back.
Bro!
Back
For
to
many?
anybody who wants it.
Nice.
33, did you say?
Back.
Yes. Just
Back
dude.
too full. Ooh, he's hot, dude.
Oh,
He is
yeah,
hot.
he is a dreamboat. Shit.
Look at him.
That's why Beyonce's so distracted.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
fair.
wow. It's I went into the kitchen and you weren't in there because I was looking for a snack.
What a knockout.
Here we go. How are you looking? Still pretty friggin' bloody?
I look just a little bit beat up now. I'm fine. We're not likely to encounter a dragon anytime soon, so.
Yeah. Well,
All right, finally his finger stops on a page. After you're all healed up. He'd say, it's here. He still has it.
We kind of need it, so if you could get that for us real quick, that'd be much appreciated.
His eyes flick to you, Callista.
The short version is that there is an evil army on another plane that wishes to come back here. And they need a certain artifact to do it. And the only thing that can destroy that artifact is that sword. We have acquired the artifact, and now we need to destroy it.
And that's what I'm supposed to tell Lucian when he comes back here to collect his things to go back to the Isles.
I mean, we could give him the sword back once we're done.
If he is
Or
leaving,
you
does he
could-
need to know it is gone?
What?
Does he
Or
need to
he-
know it is gone?
There are some of his treasures he intends to take with him to finance his extravagant retirement lifestyle.
or maybe we can just call it the recompense for treating her like shit for a lot of her life.
How about this, he says. Callista, I want a promise from you. When this is done, you'll come back to talk about this with me. And you consider what I've said.
I reach into my bag and I pull out a tiny little music box.
Oh,
And I wind it up and open it up. And the little ranger starts pulling its bow back and it plays little tinkly. You know, when you gave this to me, you said it was a silly gift, but it reminded you of me. And I told you that it was silly, but I loved it. I've carried it around with me every day since I thought you died. And I just set the music box on the desk. And I, like, very hesitantly, I lean down, like I'm afraid he's gonna, like, push me away, and I kiss him.
Aww.
Oh.
He
So
doesn't
Beyond's like
push you away.
squeeze.
Yeah. For a moment is kind of still, but then his hand comes around the back of your head, and his fingers through your hair, and he kisses you back for a long moment, not inappropriately in front of us.
We're not pulling a Beyonce and Gallon here.
It's chaste in that way. And yeah, Beyonce and Gallon would be another story. But it's chaste.
Having a sense of decorum.
It's only long in that you feel like there's a sense of wonder, and he's just doesn't want this moment to end because he doesn't quite feel like it's real yet either. And then when it does stop, he just nods once.
I'll just kind of leave my forehead leaning against his, and I'll say, I need you to understand that for 13 years I have been carrying around so much hatred and anger. And I do not know how to let go of that yet. I still hate my father for what he did, for what he's done, for who he's been, for who he made me into. And other than you, I have nothing but awful memories of this place. But for you, I will come back and we can talk. And we will figure something out.
Right. Right.
Are you going to tell my father that you saw me?
He looks at your little half sister. I might not, but it might be difficult.
Well,
You might not be back. I'll be gone for some time.
at some point, I think we are going to need to talk.
She just
I need to understand.
He is different, There says. He's still your father, but he's perhaps aware of his mortality, thinking about the sum of his life. She's required a lot of attention. He kind of guides you across the room, so you can speak a little more, like his voice a little lower for a minute. He says, she has a sickness that, clerics have been able to touch. She's had it nearly her entire life. Excuse me.
What clerics have you tried?
The best in Erebar and some beyond.
Can I try?
You could. They call it a falling sickness. She suffered from it since she was a child. She'll fall and seize and scream and sometimes fall unconscious. It comes on with no warning.
He must be different because he has always had a great disdain for weak things.
He has. She's changed that somehow.
What's the girl doing throughout this whole conversation?
Do a sense motive.
Beyonce is like thinking hard like he didn't prepare a spell.
2? You don't know. You don't know children.
No.
Jill.
22. 22.
Oh, I thought that was just a 2. Like, how do kids work? I don't know.
It is mathematically impossible for me to roll a 2 on that.
Okay.
22.
So she's been very quiet. Like she hasn't really talked through all of this. And people are talking about her. And what you think is that first she was like just shocked through like a large portion of this by Callista's appearance, by everything that's been said. And she's listening very closely to it. And you can tell she's wary of Callista and of the story that Callista is telling here. And she looks a little worried for Theris, but then when they're like smooching and stuff, like she seems like maybe she's warming up to it a little bit, like this is okay. But yeah, she seems like she definitely cares about Theris, you would say. And then she doesn't know if she can trust 2 people.
We got her name?
I don't know. Did you get her name?
Maybe we
I don't
didn't.
remember. I don't think you did.
I want to go up to the little girl and
Yep.
kind of kneel down and say, well, hello. My name is Seamus. What's your name? And I reach out a hand with a foil wrapped candy.
And she looks down at this candy a little skeptically, but then she looks past at Theris, and Theris looks at you, Callista. Like, is this okay? Is this old man on the level giving candy to children?
He gives candy to everyone. It is all right.
Okay, then he'll nod at her, and she'll reach out and take it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She unwraps it. Where's this from?
Oh, it's from and he does some quick math. And then for a while,
years ago.
it's from a town nearby.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it's from. I bought it from a shop like 3 years ago.
Pretty sure it was Arkenbridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you come here to hurt my dad?
Seamus didn't.
No.
She's asking Seamus.
Nope. I am more here to protect those around me.
Your friends?
Yes. Do you have any friends?
Dad says I might be able to make some where we're going.
Well, you've got one now.
Oh.
I'm Helena.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. She's sucking on your candy.
Oh, this complicates matters.
This complicated situation brought to you by Cody Colvin, who was the contest winner who helped me.
Is that it? Oh,
Seriously?
He got to design an NPC, and he designed Helena and came up with this entire storyline. So
Oh,
you can
my
thank
goodness.
Cody for
Cody!
Cody,
all of this.
a hearty F you from me, Cody. Thank you.
And F you
for your
and well
participation.
played.
And
Wow.
well played.
Oh,
We had a lot of fun coming up with this together. So
Yeah, that's great.
So
So
about that
Theris is
sword.
going to give us the sword. Or, oh,
he will. Yes,
Back
he
to
has
business.
agreed to give you guys the sword. So he's going to go down to the vault. But Callista would ask you to stay with your sister. He doesn't want to leave all these strangers. Yeah. Okay. So he will go down.
Will he let anyone go with him?
No.
Okay.
while he's gone, I'll walk over to Helena and kind of crouch down so I'm on her level and less threatening.
Okay.
And I'll just. Well, seems that we're sisters. I
That's
am
so-
Callista.
Why do you? She looks at your horns.
you don't just ask someone why they're green, why they're blue.
We have this same father, but we have a different mother. We are half sisters.
Who is she?
I do not know her. She was not really the motherly type. I was raised by our father. But a long time ago. Sounds like he was a different man than the man that you know. I do not think it is likely we will get to know each other that well, but I am grateful that you have had a good influence on him.
And she'll nod. She'll say, "There's help too."
I believe that. Theris and I were very close once upon a time.
And she looks in the direction that he went, and she's like, "Are you in love with him?"
Oh my god.
Very much so.
Cute.
But you should.
And then since I'm really awkward, I won't think of anything else to say.
Well, he says you
Oh.
should come back. He's lonely.
You know what? I am lonely too, in some ways.
Me too. Right, and the door will open, and Darius will come back in.
Theris has a lightsaber.
Darius has a very scary-looking sword. No, but he does have. It's in a scabbard, like it's sheathed right now, so the blade is not visible. But you would see the hilt is black, and it has actual what look like diamonds encrusted in it in the hilt. And he would say, "This is it."
I cast Identify, or make a
Okay.
spellcraft check with Identify to make sure it's what we're looking for.
So you need to cast your spellcraft check.
Yep, that'll be a 30.
A 30 is enough to at least identify that it is a powerful magical artifact. You can't really get much more than that.
You don't get a little shimmering box called that says extinction that shows up over it.
No. Sadly, no.
Well, the only way this is not the correct sword is if Lucian was deceived somehow, because Theris would not lie to me. I look him right in the eyes when I say that.
Theris would never. He puts it in your hands.
You have my word that when I am able, I will return and we will talk things through.
Good. I'll wait for you.
I did not even know I was waiting for you. But now I will be.
He takes your hand and he kisses the back of your hand for a long moment. And then he just gives you a smile. And it's a lot like his old younger smile. You can tell he's been through a lot, maybe a little more cynical these days, but it reminds you of the Theris you knew.
I kind of self-consciously like wipe my eyes and look back at everyone else like, do they see me
I
crying?
look away to pretend like I wasn't watching.
Definitely didn't see that.
That-
Beyonce is like this.
Beyonce is like squeeing.
Beyonce has popcorn from where no one knows.
Inside of Seamus's robe, probably. I will leave the music box with you as a promise to return. It will be the first time in 13 years I have been without it.
I don't like the thought of you being without it. Keep it.
I reach out my hand and I take it back. I try to think of something that I can give him.
Sorry. Your word's enough.
Then, until soon. I do not really have the magic to be able to speak to you over long distances, but...
Right.
Leith will just sort of pull the sending stone out of his cloak pocket and just kind of
You do?
catch Callista's eye and just sort of hold on to it.
Good
Oh.
talk once a day.
Oh. I hold out my hand. A friend we have standing guard has the other one of these. They're a pair. They're sending stones.
He'll take it. I know what these are.
Yes, I figured that was a stupid
Thank
comment.
you.
I'm sorry. Goodbye for now, my love.
Speak to you tomorrow.
I look forward to it. I wave at Helena as we
Oh my
will we
God.
set off the trap when we go back out again.
No, it's turned off.
All right.
Take care of yourself, Romy.
We you know, it's funny, I always used to work alone, but I have learned that working with a group of people is not so bad. And I smile at everyone else.
God. Oh my God. This is so sweet. It's giving me diabetes. Wow. Oh.
All right. And with that, he will actually lead you guys out of the guild hall, like, you know, through the door. If you
Through the door and
Eric's gonna be like, what?
To go through the door.
like, oh no, what happened?
They've been captured.
Just from just I
Katya, you and I have to save everyone.
Right. Katya goes running in, claws bare.
I know he's
Oh.
watching, so I just kind of thumbs up to.
Is he
wherever
gonna walk us
is.
all the way back to the courtyard door?
Yes.
Okay. Because then I'm gonna beckon to Katya there is someone else you should probably meet quickly before we go. So Katya comes bounding across the street, looking a little confused. Paris, this is Katya. She is
Our daughter.
she has been with me for she's your daughter. She's been with me for a while, quite a while. She's my companion. I have a special bond with her. Not the same kind of special bond, of course, but you know. She kind of rears up on she like gets the sense that he's a friend, so she kind of rears up on her hind legs and puts her big old paws on his chest.
Oh geez, oh boy, I'm just a little half elf man. All right, let's see. Handle animal, he got pretty good. That's a 16.
So she kind of puts her paws up on his chest.
Hello. Hi there. Just petting her back.
Then she'll get back down.
Seems like you've got good company.
I do. Better than I deserve.
That's not true. And he looks at the rest of you and he says, I hope you all know that's not true.
Not true. Not in the slightest.
Well, don't let her convince you otherwise.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, I do not know if I can walk away. But I promised. Here's another new one. Paris, I promised a goddess that we would complete this mission. So.
You're on a holy quest.
Me. There are so many things wrong with that picture.
Not as wrong as you think.
This picture seems right to me.
Someone else better start walking away because I'm not going to be able to be the first one.
He said, I'll make it easy for you. And he will turn and go to the top of the steps and then open the door, turn back and say, none of you let anything happen to her. We'll hear from the Revenant. And then he goes inside.
Callista! And I like whack her on the head.
She's so stunned, she actually like topples over into Katya.
Beyonce comes in, it's like, oh my God, yes, he is.
He's a smoke show.
Just total snack. Well done.
Yes. I mean, he's alive. How is he alive? I mean, I understand the mechanics of it, but...
Walking, Callista. You can think about it on the way.
Yeah, we can walk as we talk.
All right, and that is where we're going to wrap this episode.
So good! Wow!
Feelings.
Wow!
Sorry
That took a
to
hard
deliver
one.
your murder monologue.
That's okay. I think the murder monologue is going to have to get rewritten.
Like, you kept being like, I don't think it. And I was like, I don't know that
You
that's...
can't kill him now. That's going to leave that sweet little wheelchair-bound girl an orphan. You can't let that happen. No.
I was really excited to turn him into a mouse and feed him to Katya.